All right. Hey, welcome everybody here to WZAA Morning Show. Right now it's the lady and man in red, Sydney and Charlie, and we've got Rick's coming over, and Comrade Kim should be on her
She's
way.
just a little late,
She already texted
fashionably
you.
late.
She texted you. Or you know
She
anything?
messaged me on Facebook, so I think she's on her way.
So Comrade Kim will be in the house, and also we may have a guest, but I don't want to even announce the guest for sure until he shows up. But if he does, he's a very interesting individual. And if he doesn't show up, we'll get him in here another day. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Because I met him the other night at Cruise Inn. He's got a really nice Mustang, although that is not what we're going to. We'll talk about that for about 2 minutes, and then we'll roll on to something else. Looking through some of the things that's happened this week, I tell you what, we have this. What's George's last name again?
Floyd?
Floyd. We have the George.
I almost said Soros.
I know.
I was like, which
it.
which one are we talking about?
George. We have the George Floyd tour going on this week.
Yeah.
First, we had Minneapolis, right? And
Where they're defunding the police.
Yeah. See how well that works.
So also buy your purge mask.
Yeah, no doubt.
Get you one of those.
No doubt. That's true. That's true. Well, we're going to do it more into community funding and stuff. Yeah, right. Okay, sure you are. And the people, the people of the world that's going to rob and do bad things, they're like, yes, they're defunding the police. It's like Christmas all over, People, you got to get real
I think what a lot of people are misunderstanding is if you defund the police, they will instead be policed by the National Guard, potentially martial law, and then it could even escalate to the actual United States full-on military policing them instead. So that would be much worse than being policed by the regular police, at least in my opinion. So
well, that or we just go back to Wild Wild West times.
I mean, there's that.
Everybody's carrying their own gun, and hey, come on, you want to leave me? Come on, boom. Hey, no police.
I mean, that'd be fine with me. I mean.
We kind of had something like that happen to me in Sabina one time when I was mayor. We had the town decided they didn't want income tax. Which, whatever. We just you can put up to a 1% income tax on your own as a village. The government can do that, and we always felt it was a fair tax because that way your property owners weren't getting slammed with everything. And well, anyhow. The people, we're going to vote that down. Well, they voted down, so we went a couple months. The only person who was on the police force was the chief and myself. And I went out and cruised around, which they hated. But anyhow, we put it back on, and guess what? They never voted down again because they realized, But, they had their choice to do the right thing, but they had the choice to put us on, too, on the council and the mayor. And we did, you got to have some kind of taxes. One thing people don't realize even today, the local governments are just getting raped by the state government. I mean, the state government used to come through with all this funding, and now it's just, that's like, you heard like Kasich always say, we got a balanced budget, we got this. Yeah, because you're taking it away from the local governments. So that didn't work out too good. But George Floyd comeback tour here, and I'm not trying to be an idiot. I don't have nothing against this guy. The way he was killed was terrible. But who's paying for all this? He was in Minnesota. Then he was flown to North Carolina or South Carolina?
I don't know. It's like a whole tribute tour.
Yeah, it was one of the Carolinas. And yesterday he ended up in Houston, which I understand why he's in Houston because I guess that's where he was brought up. I'm not sure about the North Carolina part. I don't quite get that. But it's just kind of weird. Really.
The other weird thing to me, I guess you can call me a conspiracy theory, is like why he's having a closed casket
My wife
situation.
said the same thing.
When there's all this controversy about this man's death.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that too.
To me, a little sketchy.
You just wonder if he was even there.
I'm like, is that really him? Is
you
he
just wonder,
even really dead? Or is he hanging out with Epstein somewhere?
Oh, You don't think he's dead, Epstein?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say.
If you haven't seen that show on Netflix, I highly recommend it. Have you watched all through that yet?
No, we don't have Netflix.
Oh.
I'm poor.
You need to get Rick to get you Netflix for a while. You're a college student, surely you can get some kind of free trial or something like that. Really nothing big and major exciting. I mean, the riots, I guess, are still going on, but they're not. They must not be as bad.
I mean, they're not as dramatic as they were a week ago. I guess because the National Guard's been called in, so they've really toned them down.
And I guess one of the bigger stories is Roger Goodell and the football. That hasn't went over real well with President Trump saying, "Oh, we shouldn't have got on him for kneeling and all that." And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the NFL lost a lot of fans with the whole kneeling thing. I mean, attendance-wise, ratings-wise, over the TV and whatnot, do they really want to lose even more of their audience? I mean, they've already not been able to potentially have a season right now. If they're able to come back this fall,
right?
Do they want to potentially lose even more of their audience?
Well, that and I just. I had to answer to this whole national anthem thing when it first happened. Mm-hmm. It's very simple. You play the national anthem about. There's times where the teams go into locker rooms. Mm-hmm. Play it then. No more controversy. It's all over. Just then you go on. Because a lot of times they don't play the national. For baseball, it seems like they'll always play the national anthem, but for football. Not so much.
Well, for Campus Nation, we just don't show it on the broadcast, and that's how we eliminate not having any controversy on the broadcast.
Plus, you get gigged.
We get dinged by YouTube for playing it on the broadcast anyway, as if for some reason it's copyrighted.
Makes no sense.
There's that.
Say hello to Charlie Nisley. He's watching us today. And Jared Friend. It was nice to see Jared the other day. Jared is Kim's boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Where's
I
Kim
think
at?
she said that she might be bringing in some bikers around 9 o'clock. So.
Oh, really? Today?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. I've told Jared to come on. Jared, he's an interesting dude. I like Jared. He's a biker. He's a former truck driver, so it'd be kind of interested to talk to him because I don't know if he was driving any during this corona or not. But he's looking at a new job as a bounty hunter. So, Rick, don't do anything wrong. We have to deal with this guy. Who else we got on there this morning? Rita Wolf. How you doing, Rita? I saw you out at Cedar Creek the other day, but you didn't see me. Amy Gordon, Vicki Boyd, Todd Walker.
That's like Rick's super fan.
I got my pad here today, guys, so I can keep up with it better, and I got the phone a little closer, so hopefully you guys are hearing us better. Wayne Turner, Brian Haynes is watching, so appreciate that all. Something local that's happening. The Wilmington has announced that they are going to have their fireworks now. They originally had canceled them, and they were supposed to be out at the park, but they've worked out some kind of a deal with the fair board that they're going to be able to have them out there at the Clinton County Fairgrounds.
Yeah, because, I mean, people need social events, and I think it's easy to socially distance during fireworks. I mean, either sit in your car or get a blanket and spread out with your family and enjoy an event. I mean, people need things where they can interact and have a good time. I mean...
And the comrade is in the house.
Kim is here, people.
Here, you got to scoot over so you get on the camera. There you go.
Are we all wearing red?
Yes, you are wearing the right color today.
That's all right.
Well, Kim always likes red.
Yes. This one refers to the GOP.
Yeah, it does refer to the GOP. We appreciate that. We're all in our Donald Trump apparel today.
Rick is the only one who won't match. So.
Rick, you got a red shirt around here somewhere. Go grab it. There you go. We'll be in here. It was nice to see Kim the other night talking about local events. We did get our cruise-in started. After last Tuesday when I left here, I went home. I called the health department. I called the sheriff's department. I called the Blanchester Police Department to see if we could have our cruise in. Mm-hmm. I really felt, I really felt bad for the people working at the county health department because they're saying, and she said to me, we're just telling you what they've told us to tell people. And I said, well, it makes no sense. She says, we know. I said, I apologize, you're in that situation. Mm-hmm. And she says, thank you. You're one of the few, But finally got down to, I could tell she didn't really care if we had an event or not. So I said, well, who enforces this? Because I want to make sure that the people that we're having our events with, they don't get in any trouble.
Yeah.
So who enforces it? She says your local police will enforce it. And she said, your local police will enforce it. And I said, well, one guy was so worried he was going to lose his food license. And she said, we're not going to go down and take his food license unless he's just doing something that would break the rules. Anyhow, does that make sense?
You mean like spitting in the food?
Yeah, I mean something
please
dumb.
don't put roaches in the food, sir.
Something dumb.
Oh, no, they come naturally. Those are
Please
that.
don't.
Those are the
But you have to say that.
Please
crunchy
don't do
croutons.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the police in Blanchester said, tell Josh, who's the manager of Chubby's, tell him do what he wants to do. And the sheriff's department basically said, we don't give a hoot. They got a lot more things to deal with than that stuff. So we were able to have that one, and we had about 60 cars, which was good. And then Thursday we had one at Generations, and Kim and her motorcycle club showed up.
It's Jared's motorcycle club.
Kim and Jared's motorcycle.
No, Kim is just in the background support.
Jared's motorcycle club showed up, which they got really cool. What's their name?
The Sawmen Union.
The what?
The Sawmen Union.
Sawmen.
It was originally founded by people in Washington who are loggers. That's the big trees, and that's how they got their name.
The Sawmen Union.
Yes.
Okay. And they're called the Eden something?
No. Their particular chapter is called the Brothers of Eden. So
The
Sabina
Brothers of
is in the
Eden.
Eden of Ohio.
Turn that down. It's going to drive me crazy.
Oh, I thought I did.
The Brothers of Eden. Yeah.
In case you get a phone call.
It's pretty cool. And so they're just starting. So if you're a biker in the local area, you want to join up with the bikers, we're here to support the Sawmen Union.
Yeah.
MC.
The Eden.
Brothers of Eden.
The Brothers of Eden.
How could you forget that? We all live in Sabina.
Well,
How could you forget the Eden of Ohio?
I had Eden. I didn't have the Brothers of.
We don't live in Sabina.
The Eden of Ohio.
No. Yes, even the big capital county seat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wilmington, yeah.
The Brothers of Eden. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Yes, the Brothers of Eden. That's their chapter.
Brothers of Eden. I kind of like it.
Pretty catchy,
I
huh?
like it. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Is it like being on an episode of The Sons of Anarchy?
Not at all.
Because if
Not
so,
in
I'm going to
any
come
way,
hang out
shape,
at the
or form.
clubhouse.
The clubhouse is actually
Because I've seen
in our
every
back-
episode,
Yes,
and
it's
I'm
great,
waiting
isn't it?
for my Jax Taylor. I know I'm married, but sorry. honey.
Damn, Rick.
If you've ever seen the show, you'll know why.
Yes. I'm not gonna. Actually, the clubhouse is in.
I don't think
behind
these
our
people
house.
actually really
Well,
exist in real life, though. So
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not like
I
that
don't think
at all.
these
They're a
people
law-abiding
really
club.
exist.
They're not. They're not a 1%
Whatever
club.
happened to the good, writers that raped and plundered and pillaged?
these are the
I guess
people
those
in
are
that
called-
show.
those are,
but they don't
termed
really
1%ers
exist,
and
apparently.
They've
not.
got the chains
But
and
I
they
don't
whip
wanna-
you with them. And
Well, that's a whole nother level.
Well,
This is a family show.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't
We're
think so.
over the air right now.
When I talk about my
so,
sex robots, this can't be a family show.
Oh my God.
We're over the air right now.
Yes, you are.
Kids should be in school, but they're not. This is summer.
This is summer.
Hey, speaking of summer, I'm going to applaud the Village of Sabina for a minute because they opened their pool.
Is
Well, that's
that
good.
right?
The pool is open in the Village of Sabina.
Well,
so
Is
all-
Crystal lifeguarding?
No, because she's working her butt off at Generations.
Oh, is she a
busy?
manager now?
Not yet, but it wouldn't be surprising if within a year if she stays there, she won't be a manager because
I could see that.
she is.
So Carrie better be careful.
Carrie really likes her. Carrie knows that he can count on her. She will do what she says, and when she doesn't,
You mean she's responsible?
Yeah, when she
Isn't that
doesn't-
incredible?
when she doesn't do something, she asks. she'll ask.
Someone that age, that responsible. What
Yeah,
happened, Charlie?
she really
you,
is.
You and Rachel, how'd that happen?
Hey, I said something the other night and got me in trouble, so I won't say it again.
Oh,
So.
it's probably a good idea.
You do that quite often. Did you know that? Every time I said something got me in trouble. I shouldn't have said that.
You do that.
I do not.
I thought you said that. You did that. Oh, you said I did that.
You do
I
that.
didn't do it.
You always say I say
Wasn't
something
me.
gets me in trouble, and I shouldn't have said that. I better not say anything. But you know what?
Well, people are so touchy.
Inquiring minds are wanting to know, so that's okay with me. You just keep on.
You were there the other day when I said it, I think.
I was.
I think we all know too much on each other to be able to cast those stones.
That's true.
Those who live in glass houses, Mr.
Has your
Hargrave.
doctor called you this morning, Kim, to fill your prescription?
No, that'll be next week.
Okay.
Actually, I think she's got enough right now. She doesn't need any. So we're good. We're good right now. But the motorcycle club is really cool. Getting back to that, and
Changing the subject very quickly.
they made me want to. They made me want to.
Start riding, get you a trike.
They made me want to get one. Yeah, I'll have to look into this one.
Get
that
you a
would be an
trike.
easy way to kill yourself very quickly, Charlie.
Well,
Have you ever ridden
I
a
don't
motorcycle?
want.
Oh, you
I don't want
promised
to.
Mother
right
no.
now.
you would not.
I still to this day.
And he hasn't either, so you see there's...
I have never been.
The only thing you regret is the risk you don't take.
Right. I take plenty of risks. I just won't get on a motorcycle.
That's his wife.
I mean, he can get
That's
on
his
one.
wife
I'm just
gives
not
him a
getting on the
glare.
back.
I didn't mean you...
I value my life.
Did you see the glare you just got from Sydney on that? Even it goes. No, I would not get on a
I did.
two-wheeler,
His
three-wheeler.
He made his mother a promise he wouldn't ride
That's
a
right.
motorcycle. I remember him telling
Kim
me that.
remembers that.
I do.
I'm sure his mother doesn't
Even
remember
in the
that.
fog that she lives in, she still remembered what I said.
Tricycle. You could get the You could get the tricycle. Get a,
Yeah, three-wheeler.
there
Well,
you
that
go.
would work, I guess. Although I'd probably tip it over.
Just to turn a little bit wider. You got to be real careful with your turns.
No,
They're
I
roll
bet.
scanard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
I think I probably would need 4 wheels. Get one of those four-wheel
like an ATV?
motorcycle cars.
That makes it an ATV.
That's good.
Those
That's
Can-Ams.
ATV,
Might
yeah.
as well just get a golf cart. I mean,
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, that's an idea. I saw last night. We were in Wilmington, and we had to stop at the post office to drop off something we were mailing, and there was a golf cart that said police on it. So it was a police golf cart in Wilmington. What's with that?
That's what we're going to go to now that the George Floyd thing is over. We're going to get rid of all the police cars. We're all going to go back to horseback, walking,
You've
and
seen
golf
that
carts.
They want to be defunding
did you
police
see that
departments and all
trending
that.
photo of a woman yelling at a horse?
No, missed that. Was that where the
She's like screaming at this horse.
was it when
Like
the
a
black
police
lady
horse.
rode that horse?
It's a police,
police
horse,
horse.
and she's like screaming at it,
Yeah.
and, like furiously. And the horse, like the caption says, the horse is like, "Would you stop yelling at me, lady?"
No doubt.
And I'm like, "Oh my god, this is great."
You know what the horse said? Hey.
So what's happened since last week to everybody?
Not
Anything
much.
interesting?
No.
I mean, Charlie, now you're more into the car.
Cruise-ins are
Cruise
going on.
in
I do have a new
mode.
announcement here to make. We've had 2 car shows canceled. The Brett Whiteman one out on 729.
So it's completely canceled
It's
Can
now?
you
canceled.
elaborate on that? The bike run you told me was still on. Is that now not fact?
I don't know. I
So
don't
we still
know.
don't know that.
Okay. Well, then that's TBA. Then.
Yeah, the bike thing, I don't know if we're still having.
'Cause
All
I
I
thought they were
know,
still going to have the ride because of social distancing.
the way it was explained to me, the car show is the only part that was canceled thus far. But that's been 2 weeks ago since I talked to him.
So I think that the idea that they should do is just say that each one of these things, the Brett Whiteman protest, and then they could crowd in 100,000 and go ahead and have it.
Well, see, so much of this is, you got to prepare for this stuff. And they haven't had to be able to go out and get door prizes or anything because they wasn't sure if they're going to have it.
When does it normally occur?
It is it's June. It would have been
So
June
anything this month would be
21st.
hard, yeah.
But no, wait a minute. June 27th, though, I have created another car show because June 27th, Pennant Molding was supposed to be on, and they canceled theirs. So we're going to have a kind of to heck with them. We're having a salute to the veterans car show at Sabina Park. And what we're going to do, if you're a veteran, whether you have a vehicle or just a vendor want to sell stuff.
You get $500 if you show up.
Nope, it only costs you $5.
Oh, I read
register.
that wrong on the prompter there.
Yeah.
You don't get $500.
It costs you $5.
Okay.
You have to pay $5.
People are going to think we have a prompter now. They're going to think, man, whoever wrote the prompt for this thing is on drugs. $10 for the
No comment, Rick.
$10 for non-veterans.
Interesting.
So
My wife's just looking down at the floor.
Rhonda Carey Horn, how you doing? Charlie Nisley's on there. Larry,
Mr. Hiles is there with us out there.
Larry Ryan Smith, what's happening, brother? I felt sorry for Larry the other day because I had one of those things.
Larry's a troublemaker. You know that?
You have one of those things on Facebook. You got to guess like how many of something. How many letters are in the alphabet. And Larry guessed.
Which alphabet are we talking? The Greek alphabet? Or?
I finally just sent him the right answer. We got several people, they guessed like 5 or 6 times.
I thought I guessed 11, and 11 was not the answer.
That was the answer. 11 was the answer.
Oh.
If I deleted your comment like I put above,
You did.
that means
you were
was
right. Did you read it?
No.
Oh, that figures.
I skimmed.
At
That's
the-
what
at
we're
the
taught in our liberal schools. Just pick out the meat.
At the top. Well, at the top it said, if you're correct, I will.
Are you admitting that you were taught in liberal schools?
David Weeks.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody was, I
Wilmington
guess.
College is a very liberal school, and it's a wonderful education.
Oh, gosh.
I graduated from there. My daughter's
So did
going there.
I.
Yep. there
They
we
got
go.
into a little bit of trouble not too long ago.
Yeah. Did you tell people about that?
I don't think so,
was
but
on
we'll not
WZAA.
bring it up.
Huh?
I like Wilmington College.
I'd like to know.
You want them to continue liking you?
They don't like us.
I don't care.
Did
I mean, I like people at Wilmington College. I don't particularly like their philosophy, but
Did the Obama training come with the teleprompter?
the Obama training.
And by the way, none of us have anything in our ears
Yes,
that
yeah,
people
no.
are saying, hey,
Maybe
you
we
better
should
say
have somebody-
this.
Well, I mean,
Shock collar.
we do continue
Bill
to
on here.
get, we progress in how we're putting things together, obviously. We do have a monitor, and we can see ourselves on that monitor
As you
a
can
few
see
seconds
in
delay.
the television behind us,
Right.
there is a glare from the
Right.
monitor in front of us
Right.
that shows us
So even
looking
though-
at ourselves.
That's our goose beggar.
Yeah, so we look at the monitor, but actually that makes it look like we're looking at the camera. So, like deer in headlights.
It's a little sketchy.
Little, just a little. We need to have some ghost hunters on sometime.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to get Jessie Littleton on this week. I sent him a message, and me just basically
The man that drives a hearse can't
Left-
get people in here that go
left
hunt?
it red. Oh, I could.
Yeah.
I will. I
Right.
will.
Okay.
It left. He just left it red, so he didn't.
That was a pretty good show we did that time on when we went up to Marion, where they have the
Mansfield.
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 That's right. Yeah.
I tell you
They
what, I
wanted to
love
keep
those.
Charlie. They were going to keep him in solitary.
See, I hesitate to do something like that because I feel like you bring something back with you.
Oh, do you?
You know, you're tampering on people's suffering. You're looking at it in a
Bed bugs?
different way.
God, they might.
Let's waterboard him already. I'm
they-
ready. This early. Let's do it.
I like
They-
waterboarding.
They might. You think something might attach to you.
I do.
Well, that's where what they have Sparky, the electric chair.
Oh heavens.
I
And
mean,
they-
y'all
and-
can go.
And that's
I'll
where the
be here.
You
Shawshank
don't
Redemption
design?
was filmed.
Yeah,
I
that is
don't
true.
do scary stuff.
And
Yeah.
I want to say that Godsmack filmed a music video there.
Oh, there's been a bunch of.
Oh,
different-
there's been
yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And now I didn't go down into the hole or whatever, but did you go down there, Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Real life is scary enough. I don't need like fake scary
it is a
stuff.
very interesting establishment. Yeah.
Yep. It's
Especially when they have a car show there. Didn't you go back for a car show or something?
No, we never did.
Where'd you do that car show at a prison? Was that in Pennsylvania or something?
No, that was in West Virginia. And I
Yeah,
tell you what, that was a creepy place to go because that was Moundsville, West Virginia.
So
And,
was that a prison or a daycare?
No, it was a prison. I tell you what, it was interesting because it had two sides. You had the good guys side over there where, it's just kind of like a normal what you would expect prison. Then you had the other side where the guards had to walk by the prison cells with chain link fence between them and stuff. Everything,
Chain link fence?
everything you can imagine was thrown at the guards or thrown at the people down below, and
You mean like
everything. human stuff, excrement, all kinds of stuff that was thrown on there, and it was bad. So
they were the worst of the worst.
Yeah, and they filmed. I'm trying to think what they filmed up there. They filmed Castle Rock at that. The TV show that's on Hulu. Castle Rock. A lot. If any of the prison scenes, if you ever watch Castle Rock, came from that prison. And the funniest story, let me tell you, that everybody should appreciate this story. The funniest story of that day was you go out in out in the yard, and you're looking around at this great big fence and big wall of bricks. You got the turrets on the corners, the guard houses, whatever, and it's all blackened because West Virginia they're burning coal.
Coal,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyhow, right in the middle, there's a section probably about twice the section behind us here that's not black at all. It's pretty much white and looks almost new compared to the rest. And we asked the guy, well, how come that section's different? Well, somehow inside the prison, the prisoners were able to get a hold of blasting caps. And they thought, we're going to bust out of here. So they collected these things. I don't know how they got them. I don't know if they were using them for some other project there, but they kept stealing them. And they would paint them to match the fence or the wall,
Black.
And every time they were going out there, they would keep adding blasting caps. Well, one day they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and bust out and get out of here. So a bunch of them were back there. They lit it. They got all the blasting caps, blew a huge section of the wall down.
Completely. So how thick was the wall at space?
Well, I mean, it was a couple of blocks,
Because the old Ohio Penitentiary was 20 feet thick at its base.
Oh, no, this was just like a couple blocks. Anyhow, they blow through it, and they stand there and look at it.
They're in awe.
Yeah, they couldn't believe it actually worked.
Did they get caught then?
And they all got caught. They all got taken back in. And then,
Oh.
Well, I guess you'd still have to dodge bullets if you would have tried to have run through it because they would be up in the turret shooting at you. Probably got machine guns, Tommy guns.
But it worked. And but now then they had to go replace the wall. But they couldn't believe it worked, so they just...
Yeah, most of your new prisons don't have walls. They've got like double fences and razor wire. All kinds of good stuff. Yeah,
razor wire. Yeah, I've been in a couple of them. I used to go down to Lebanon when I was in Wilmington College. We would play like our little recorder ensemble for graduations.
At the prison?
At the Lebanon Correctional Institute.
Okay, what did they graduate from?
Well, Wilmington College had a program in there at one time, but that's
Kim graduated from there. Oh, you graduated from there too.
What do you mean I graduated? I graduated from where?
Wilmington College. You just said that earlier.
Oh, I thought you was implying.
Not the Lebanon program. I think that was was that a male institution anyway? I don't think they have women there.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think so. There's only 2 in Ohio that have women.
At one point, Lebanon was strictly people under the age of 30, but I think that's changed as prisons got more and more crowded. And then there were women in Chillicothe, I think, or
Marysville.
Marysville, that's right. Yeah.
Mark Klingler says hello. How you doing, Mark Klingler?
Hey, Mark.
Dave Hurst
That's the
says
boogeyman.
hello.
Hey, Dave.
Oh, Mark Klingler's the boogeyman.
No, Dave Hurst. That's his right name.
Oh.
His road name?
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess
Dave
better
Hurst
than
is part
Booger
of the
Man.
club.
Yeah, Dave Hurst is a treasurer.
Dave Hurst and
Treasurer
Chris
of what?
Hurst.
Of the Sawmen.
The Sawmen.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
know,
Are there any saw women?
No, we are called blades.
Blades?
Yes, because the saw
how
won't
sharp.
work without the
That's so
blade.
sharp.
Isn't that?
That
how
is so sharp.
Oh, I hope I remember that.
Oh.
How sharp.
You probably won't. You're in the fog still.
Oh.
there you go, Rick. That's what we need to do
I can
next.
see
To get
clearly
3-wheelers,
Uh-huh.
become a member of the Sawmen.
I'm still thinking about the blasting caps.
Can you imagine they did that? Yeah, I mean, just... I tell you, these jail cells, they were no bigger than like 2 of those 8-foot tables, and 3 people had to stay in there.
3.
3.
Wow.
They put 2 on the bunks, on the side, and then one on the other side on the floor.
Did they have a bathroom in the cell?
Yep.
You'd be in trouble if 2 other people want to use the bathroom.
3 of you in a cell. And the bad side of that prison I was telling you about, they were in there 23 hours a day.
So an
And
hour.
They still are in maximum
An hour
security
for
prisons
what? To
this
go out on
day.
the yard for an hour and
23 hours a
exercise?
day, they're on lockdown.
So you ate in your cell?
Yes.
Okay.
8 in their cell.
What if
Did
one
you
of
get
you
to
had
shower ever?
Crohn's disease? That would suck.
It would. I
That would
suspect
be.
they
You'd
wouldn't
probably be in a
gone.
medical wing or something. I'm sure they had a medical wing.
Taz, how you doing, Taz? Joe Taz Henshin was watching. He's the best pinstriper in southwestern Ohio.
Oh.
And he is. He's the one that pinstriped my blue hearse. Yeah, he's good.
I don't think I
Zonnie
need to have
Hoffer,
anything
how you
done to
doing?
my Focus.
Huh?
I don't think I didn't need any pinstriping
You
on my
know,
Focus.
Mark Klingler.
Would it make
does
it go
some of this.
faster?
No, just make it look cool.
Make it look cool.
And since you're married,
You know,
you
seriously,
don't need to worry about
when
that.
I was young, I don't know if they still do this, but insurance companies would charge you more money to insure you if you had pinstriping on the car.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
Of course,
know
they
that
try to
either.
charge you for anything. I mean, they run credit checks on you. They do all kinds of stupid stuff when you buy
Paying for
insurance.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
watch it. I don't sell it anymore, but still.
You don't
Well, I mean, I used to be a,
insurance.
I used to
never
be a,
did sell
Yeah.
I used to be a GA. So I mean, I had insurance agents working for me, but I didn't stay in that business too long, maybe a couple years.
It's about a year and a half, and that was all I could take of it. So,
Yeah, it's like any other sales job. It can be tough.
Well, I didn't have any problem doing it. The problem I had,
The
I'm gonna
good
tell you-
intentions of people leading you on, making you think they're
I'm
going to
gonna tell
purchase
you
insurance.
something.
Oh, going to name names?
No, I'm just going to say this.
Okay.
If you're, actually going to buy something, buy it. If you're not going to buy it, don't buy it. But
That's profound.
don't mess with the people.
Charlie's Tuesday morning words for the day.
No, I'm serious. Don't mess with the people who are trying to sell you, because here's where you put the salesman in that predicament. The salesman, okay, you're going to buy, great, let's do it, let's get her done. I'm not
They
gonna
go out,
buy.
they spend a lot of money on something they think because they're going to get big commission. It doesn't come, then they've gone into debt.
I'm not going to buy. That's fine. Okay, no problem. Don't be one of these people. Yeah, give me a couple days. Give me this. Yeah, I'll do that here soon. Yeah,
I call
then
them tire kickers.
you just
So has anyone ever
string
died
along.
before they bought insurance they
Yes.
were supposed to?
Yes, and one, it was a very sad case because she still had all my information I'd given her in her locker at work. I talked to them at their work, and she was housekeeper, nice girl, and I thought
Was she very
was-
old?
no, like in her 20s.
Oh, wow.
I thought she was going to buy actually a term policy and a whole life policy.
Well, at that age, a whole life policy probably, I don't know. Whole life is a bad investment.
No, because here's the thing, what you can do now, you can pay for them 10, 20 years, never pay for them again.
Oh.
So that's not a bad deal. But here's the deal. She was going to get it, and I get calls like about a month later. Hey, did she have insurance with you? Hey, did she have insurance with you?
Oh, they're looking for the
No.
payoff, huh?
No. Well, she has all your information still in her work locker. I said, is she okay? And they said, nope. She went to, I think it was South Carolina on a trip and
Got eaten by a shark.
got killed in a car wreck.
Oh.
Yeah. Very young. Charlie Nisley, no, I'm not teaching band anymore. Ray Maddock, how you doing? Carl Wilt, how you guys doing today? If you guys don't mind, share the show a little bit. Let people know we're here. All right? We'd appreciate that.
And we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on the WZAA LPFM.com website. And of course, this is on the air on WZAA 106.9, as you see on your screen there. If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, once again, you guys that like listening to the 50s and 60s music, we apologize. We'll only be here till 10:30, and you'll have your music back. There you go.
Oh, they're just
10 o'clock.
chomping
10
at the bit.
o'clock. I'm sorry. 10 o'clock.
He's wanting an extra half an hour of pay,
I mean,
Sydney.
he can stay. I'm going to sign off at 10
10.
o'clock.
I got it mixed up.
Charlie's old. He's got the
I got it
Corona.
mixed
He's got
up.
the Corona, and Kim's
No.
got something else there. What do you got, Kim? Is it the
Coffee.
The coffee. Okay. She got the coffee. Charlie's got the Corona. What are you drinking, Charlie? Arizona tea?
Arnold Palmer light, half and half, because it doesn't have terrible amount of
I
sugar.
learned about that in Oklahoma.
And I'm done with my coffee, and Sydney's drinking
Lower
G2.
sugar, G2.
With a teaspoon of
Salt. She has to do this for her daily. She drinks one of these each day.
With salt?
Yes.
It's for my Crohn's disease.
That's no fun, is it?
No.
No, it's not.
I had a cousin.
Especially when I have to do
It's
like
ordered
80
by
miles an
my
hour.
nutritionist. It's supposed to
get her to a
help
restroom.
with my electrolyte rehydration. That's why I add the salt.
Randy Bond. How you doing, Randy? Glad to see you on here this morning. Now, we are having a Clinton County Fair. I don't know if we talked about that last week.
Well, they said that there would be
And
no
Fayette
rides, and it was a question as to whether or not there'd be any food, but I guess there's going to be food, right? Food, but no rides.
I don't know. Someone was saying last night that there would be food, there wouldn't be food.
I don't know. I mean,
But
well,
there's gonna be
Joe
animals.
Holdren, who does our Cowboy Joe outdoor country show last night at 5, said that there would be food, but there would not be rides.
There will be animals.
There will be animals. Well, of course there'd be animals.
Oh,
It wouldn't
are
be a
we
fair.
going?
The zoo.
Probably not us.
Hey, we all do it. There we go. We all do a Tuesday.
And the beaver is
Fair.
missing in action. I don't know where the beaver got. I think the beaver's back in the bag.
He's all damned
Leave
up.
it there.
You got to keep the
in
beaver.
the bag.
Leave the beaver in the bag. Yeah.
Keep the beef in the bag. Okay. Hey, I went to go eat last week down at Golden Corral. I had to get fingerprinted, remember?
Right. That's right.
And I was odd because I went into Office Max, which you wouldn't think, and they would fingerprint you in Office Max. But yeah, I went to the back. They said, "Yep, here, step on up." I said, "You guys do this all the time for different things?" He says, "Nope, we're just doing it for the census." Okay.
Because you are going to be a census taker.
I guess. I mean, I've done everything,
And
I'm
you've not
supposed to have some
even
training.
you've not
but they
even
haven't-
filled out your census, have you?
No, because I never got it.
I didn't fill mine out
fill mine
either.
out
I
either.
have
I
it.
have
It's
mine.
over there.
We were supposed to bring ours.
Well, I mean,
to
no,
you this
mine
week.
is
Oh,
mine
yeah.
is
We
had
over
that
there.
last
Our
week,
homework
but we
assignment,
didn't
we
do
all
that.
failed, I think.
Wait till I start the job.
Well, no, what I thought I would do is we'll fill it out on the air, and we'll let the.
I don't think I want that many people knowing our information.
Instead of us actually answering it, we'll let the audience answer it, and I'll write down on the census what they.
No, we can't give other people's information for our.
Well, I don't. I think you have to fill it out. It doesn't say you got to be honest.
That's illegal.
Patty Moore Gillian, how you doing? Hi, Angie Schiller. She's watching.
The mayor is she still the mayor? Well, she
Yeah,
can't
she's
be the
still
mayor of Greenfield.
Yeah, she's still mayor.
Well, she lives in Wilmington.
Nah, she lives in Greenfield.
She lives in Greenfield.
I don't know.
All right, Angie, do you live in Greenfield or do you live in Wilmington? Are you
She's
in
on-
I don't know if she
Communicado?
can give this information on the air if she's illegally
Yeah,
living
because
in the wrong
those
county.
two huge metropolises you can get lost in.
And
Well-
also, are you allowed to ask people where they live on
Sure.
the air?
Well, sure, we do that all the
rude.
time. You wouldn't believe what we talk on the air about.
That's light.
Hi, someone please give me your address.
Yes. That's not creepy at all.
I was watching Judge Judy yesterday because I thought Mike DeWine was going to come on and give a speech. So I thought,
gosh.
we'll watch Judge Judy and get a little laugh. Well, anyhow, this guy had tried his case, and he'd already won in small claims court. And the guy,
You mean before he was in front of Judge Judy?
and she said, "You've already won. All you got to do is get the judgment. Just get his information and go to his work, and you can start getting your money." And the guy said, "Yeah, baby, I can't get it. They won't give it to me. Every time I try to find him, he's somewhere else." So she just asked him right there on the air, "What's your social security number?" Obviously, they didn't say it over the air, but they said like the last two numbers of it. So he did have to tell her social security.
Well, I mean, really, they get paid to be on these judge. So basically, whatever he owed, probably, I think the going rate's like $800 a show or something.
Well, now this guy owed like, I think it was like $5,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He broke a guy's jaw, his supposed friend, and anyhow, they got the judgment. The Judge Judy got all the information for him, so he should be able to collect. But it's interesting because right on live TV, I want your social security number. You're going to tell me, Judge Judy. And he told her.
There's people in that courtroom too. even
I was
if they
going
do
to
put
say,
it out.
write that down. But if he's a deadbeat anyway, it doesn't matter. What good does it do to have a social
I guess you
security
can
number of a deadbeat?
garnish his welfare.
Wages. Now, he had a job. He was a HVAC guy at a nursing home.
Your food stamp card comes with me. They turn him upside down in the courtroom and
Garnish
shake
his
him.
stimulus check.
That was a little weird. That was a
I guess they
little
could probably take your stimulus check.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
weird. Probably could.
You think?
I think some people didn't get their stimulus because
I haven't.
If you owed child support,
yeah.
you didn't get one.
Right.
Well, I don't know
It went to the
child
child
support.
No, that was a
She's 26, so-
I'm also your wife and not your child.
Yeah,
so there's
she did that live on the air. Do we want to have an instant replay of that? We can do that.
Yeah, that was good.
Assault on an elderly person.
Thanks.
Elder abuse. There we go. Max Sprague, how you doing, Max? Max is the head of the Ohio Car Show and Cruise In Facebook page, which now just eclipsed like 27,000 members. And he's about as far at the edge of Ohio as anybody could be. He's clear up north of Cleveland, way up there. Ashtabula.
Close to Buffalo.
Yeah, really. Yeah, he's closer to Buffalo than he is Columbus. That's for sure. And I may be close. I don't know if he'd be closer to Buffalo than he is Cleveland.
No, probably not.
Probably not. But I bet it's close. Because you're not in Pennsylvania very far before you get into New York.
That's true.
I've traveled that way many a time because that's where my mom was. And we always went to Oneida, New York, home of the Oneida Silversmiths, for vacation every year when I was a kid. Go see them aunts and uncles. I miss those days.
Yes.
Miss those days. I was looking through old pictures yesterday, and it's like, dang. I remember it's been a long time ago now. We went to the Elks Convention out in Anaheim, California.
Were those the days of black and white?
Great times, great. But it wasn't the days of black and white, but I had actually all these developed pictures.
Right.
Which now, you just take them on your phone.
Scan them.
Yeah, you just take them on your phone and then go. I actually had the packages of pictures I'm going through, and that was a great trip.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still remember that to this day. Harry Carey, remember Harry Carey? Buell McBrayer and Will McGregor. It was a great time. Great time. We went to see Jay Leno, and found out there Jamie Lee Curtis's legs were insured for $1 million.
She does have some legs, or did.
Yeah. Vince Gill literally played right below us. We looked down, there's Vince Gill. It was pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And we did lots of other stuff. Went to the Crystal Cathedral. We stayed right across the street from the Crystal Cathedral. So we actually went to church.
In Utah? California.
California. Anaheim. Anaheim, Rick.
Disneyland.
Yeah, we didn't go to Disneyland.
They're open now, aren't they?
Getting ready to be.
I
Disney
think
World.
Kings Island's going to be opening.
Yeah, well, because they threatened to sue.
I know. It's interesting how each time someone files, but there's another lawsuit that has been filed against our governor and Amy Acton, and that is being filed, I think, let's see, what did they say? They said it had something to do with them not allowing certain businesses to open, but they're going forward with the lawsuit, so they're going to try to eke out a little bit of money.
Find out who that is. I'd like to join it.
And there's another.
I don't think it's
lawsuit.
I don't think it's a
by
class action.
Man with the last name Phillips. Not this
That's right.
one,
That's right.
for a violation of a 90 constitutional rights for requiring mail-in voting for the primaries here in Ohio.
And the fact is, in case
DeWine and
a lot of people
Acton.
don't realize, when they
That's right.
the night before the primary, they said we weren't going to be able to vote in person, so they extended the deadline for mail-in votes by a few more weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. But the bottom line
But
is,
it was illegal
yeah,
to require mail-in
a
only.
judge said you can't cancel, in-person voting, and they ignored him.
But they did it anyway.
Right. So anyway, a lawsuit has been filed, and there are 90 instances of them violating Ohio codes.
Wow.
So I don't think they're going to get out of this one.
The
They said that
ACLU
this would
all
be
over that.
this could be an impeachable offense as far as the governor. Be nice to get rid of this guy. I mean, you look at people like
Right.
George Bush,
Yes.
Mitt Romney. Think about some of the rhinos that we've had. Kasich here. And this one, it's like one rhino after another. You can't even trust somebody's, they say one thing and then when they get in office. And I don't think that our governor was going to run for a second term anyway. I think
No.
he's going to pass the baton.
Right.
But, his...
He might have screwed that guy
Oh,
up.
his lieutenant governor's, he doesn't have a chance. He has no chance at what was it, Renacy? I think he's going to maybe primary the governor, run the next time. So
I liked him.
yeah.
We actually had him on the show, I think.
Yes,
He
I think
called
we
in.
did. Yeah.
Jim Renacy. Sean Poole, how you doing? Sean Poole's
Hey,
watching
Sean.
us today. We'll have to get you back up here one day.
That's right. We got
on a
plenty
Tuesday.
of room and a new set area for music. And what are you laughing about, Kim?
Jared Sherwood. Hi. This guy, I remember we were in 6th grade and we traded tennis shoes, and they were those Reebok pump tennis shoes.
Wait a minute.
Yes, I had big feet and he had little feet at that time. Anyway, it was like in the 5th grade. Yeah, the Reebok pump tennis shoes.
Oh,
Because
where
that's
you
what did
pump
back
them up in the
day.
front?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I traded because I had to have, and I was like, Grandma, everybody's got something, so I'd have to have it. And
You had to
Grandma
have the
shot me.
pump.
Yes.
He
it's
didn't have the
big.
pump?
No.
He just had Reeboks.
He didn't. No.
He didn't
I
have
don't know what
Reeboks.
they were.
Oh.
Point was, we traded shoes, and it was. I just remember that. You know what I mean? Do you remember when you wear your outfit to school and you trade it with your friend to wear or whatever? Does he not do that? Guys don't do that.
She still has some brain cells left,
No,
folks.
like I'm serious. But
She
I
can
remember
remember
that
that.
from school. It was Mr. Osterbrock's science class.
Oh, my gosh. Right down to the
Oh
last.
well, yeah.
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 Okay.
That's
Did you
why my memory's great.
Kim, did you make good grades in school?
Yes,
Did you?
absolutely.
Okay.
When I was
All
in the
A's.
1st grade, I had these pink Barbie overalls that I like to wear like 4 days a week.
I've heard this story.
And this little boy who I didn't understand at the time had a crush on me. It was picture day, poured chocolate milk on my head. And
Anyone that
stained
likes
my
anyone, that's the first
pink
thing I do.
Barbie overalls, and they had to call my mom so she could bring me a change of clothes.
She was devastated.
And I was like dying on the inside.
Yes.
And
Pink
instead
Barbie
of like
overalls.
bringing me different clothes, she took me home. However, by the time she took me home and got my clothes changed, she could not get the chocolate milk out of my pink Barbie overalls, and they were forever ruined. And
Forever.
I ended up like beating this kid's ass.
No,
So
he doesn't like her anymore.
I don't think I can say that word on the air.
I was
Sorry, guys.
Sure you
about
can.
that. I was like,
Anyway,
did that get a
I
bleep?
just like this is how angry I still am about the pink Barbie overalls. This like really cut me deep.
I don't know if
I
that's a
carry
word.
many childhood
Is that a word?
grudges.
But this is like true
I have a
resentment.
box of
I was
souls
like,
who have
this
displeased
kid is gonna get it.
No, you can't say that word. Ass
was
is
like-
not one of the words.
I was like, this kid ruined my
Gotta
life.
I got to keep us from getting fined $15,000.
This kid ruined
It's
my life.
$15,000 an infraction.
Okay. Well, then you
Yeah.
want to
Charlie will write the check.
when the segment when the sawman get here, you want to really make sure.
Right.
So they're coming in today, right?
Yes, they are. Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
got, I was supposed to have a guest maybe come in too. We'll see if he shows up. Now, girls, I'm going to tell you.
Ladies.
No, I'm still older than them. They're girls. They're
Okay.
young girls.
You're only a little older than me.
I'm a lot older than you. I'm old enough to be your daddy, so shut up.
So what does that make me?
55.
I was
You're
just telling him the other day.
23, 26,
I'm
26.
26.
So, yeah, so I would be 29. Like, I could have been as old as 29, and you could have been my
I'm going to
daughter.
just sit here and be quiet.
And Kim, how old are you?
42.
I couldn't have been your daddy.
No.
But I
But
was
you-
your teacher.
You was, and but
I
I
was
think you're
your
only,
teacher.
you're just a little bit older than me. I really, well, when you're a kid in school, I thought you were, probably 40 or 50 then.
Oh, thanks, Kim. I
Well,
appreciate
no, now
that.
I think 40 and 50 is not
when
old.
you're
You know what I
young,
mean? Now it's
no,
because I'm. you
but
see.
when you're young, everybody looks old.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
they could be.
That's true.
Yeah.
Judith Sturgeon's watching. How you doing, Judith?
Hey, Judith.
You guys, if you don't mind, share the show a little bit. Help us
Please,
out
yeah.
there.
Judith's always
Oh,
here
Jenny
to stir
Milburn
up trouble.
Sites is still watching.
Cool.
Yeah, went to school with her.
DeWine agreed to, this is Todd Walker, DeWine agreed to Kings Island open only if they lowered the minimum height restriction on the rides.
Oh my gosh, he is.
He
I'm
is
a
short.
little teeny
We went. No,
Stop.
when Trump came to Cincinnati, we went. As we got press credentials and then, but anyway, so we were down on the floor, and as we came in,
On the front lines.
yeah, we were right down there with the press. Everybody that was down in the center of the stadium. But anyway, so DeWine was there, and he is short. He's very
Yeah,
short.
oh,
I didn't realize he was so stubby.
Yep, he's a little guy.
feller, yeah.
I've met him several times.
Yeah.
I have too.
Yeah, like I said, he did something really nice for me once. It's hard for me to put him down, but I don't agree with all the stuff he's doing right now. It's like, did you guys see this commercial where he's congratulating the graduates of 2020? There's this commercial out where he's congratulating the graduates 2020, the prom queens, the baseball stars, and actually before he got to the congratulations, I thought it was going to be an apology. I thought he was going to apologize for taking their senior year away from him, but no, he congratulated them. And I almost sent a message to him through Twitter. I almost said, yeah, it's a nice ad you had, but instead of congratulations, you should have put apologize. Because he did.
Oh,
really
no, he
screwed
saved
up.
millions of lives.
Yeah, bullshit.
Millions of
bullshit.
lives.
At least
You are
he-
being
he-
facetious, I
yeah.
hope.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
no one will ever know because obviously that's the whole idea. You
Well,
don't know.
isn't he red like you?
Is he red? No.
You're
no.
red
He's a
too.
rhino.
He's purple. He's purple. He's a Bush. He's a
He's
Romney.
Barney?
Yeah, he's purple.
Brian Lansing is watching. Brian Lansing, he's the tattoo artist of my wife's choice right now.
Oh, okay.
He said he's ready to give me a.
I like her
how
new
many
tattoo, by
how
the
many
way.
You like
tattoos? How many tattoos does your wife have?
I don't know,
Have you ever counted them?
7 or 8.
She said 12, I thought, the other
Maybe
day.
12. I
12,
don't know.
a dozen tattoos.
You know, after you get past 3 or 4, he really.
How many do you have, Charlie?
Depending on how you look at it, 6. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Depending
What do you
on
mean?
how you-
Depending on how you look at it.
Is that like having 17 or so cats? I mean, how
Yeah.
are you-
Well, like one of them I got like at 2 different times, but they're together now. So it
Okay,
kind of looks like one.
so,
Does that make sense?
I guess
Okay.
that kind of makes some more sense.
Now, where was I going with? Oh, Brian. No, he's going to do my next tattoo though. Yeah, he's going to do the mistletoe tramp stamp for me. So
Mistletoe tramp stamp.
Wait, what?
we'll give you that live on the air. What do you think, Brian?
Hey, that would be a good idea.
Brian Lansing going to do a mistletoe tramp stamp show. There you go.
I was just looking back at some of the stuff when we did all the
We
pink
did
hair.
go,
Remember the pink
yeah.
hair?
Pink hair.
Raised $1,000.
You guys have never seen them. You need to go back and they're on
Yeah.
YouTube. Watch my Keep Calm and Chaz Ons.
Yeah.
Because we had
The pink hair
great
was
time.
morning show.
Yeah, the pink hair was morning show, but Keep Calm and Chaz Ons, we did some really cool things.
We did. There were a lot of good shows.
We did a thing at the Mansfield. We went up to Ashland with Candy Blaze, did
yeah.
a show from there.
Right.
And we also, one of the more funny ones I liked was, I think it drove Rick nuts, but it was just funny. We're out in the middle of the haunted junkyard.
Oh, yeah,
And
right.
these people are going around the haunt. Then they run into us like a TV crew. Hey, what do you think of the haunt? Right. And by the way, they're being chased by chainsaws when we're doing it. It was funny. You got to admit it.
That's how Dave got the name Boogeyman, because he works at the haunt.
The boogeyman. That
Yeah,
makes sense. I
that's
thought
how-
it was just because he picked his nose all the time.
That's the booger man.
It's the Booger Man.
Oh, okay.
Heat wave!
The heat wave is here.
Oh, you said the boogeyman. Sorry, Heat Wave. She said
Sorry,
boogie,
I jumped on
boogeyman.
it.
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought, Heat Wave's a booger man? What?
hey, that might be interesting if we had the Boogeyman and Heat Wave wrestle each other for like a charity thing.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Heat
You'd be down for
Wave,
that.
Beth Pearman. You say you're going to wrestle the Heat
I
Wave?
didn't say
But
that.
the Heat Wave would use the
I
brain
volunteered
claw on
the
him.
Boogeyman to
That
wrestle
brain
the
claw.
Heat Wave.
Yeah.
I think that would be. I
Todd,
would tune in to see that.
Todd Walker says DeWine actually cared for this area until the dark money showed up.
Well, that was his daughter, Alice. That was the dark money.
Really?
Yes.
I gotta
Alice
stop.
DeWine. She ran for prosecutor in Greene County.
She
This-
got beat, though, didn't she?
Well, yes, she did. I mean, technically, there's still, she was running as a Republican. Of course, she's not, because she believes in red flag laws, just like Daddy. So, and they're still trying to push that.
Red flag laws. Explain that to people.
Well, I think you scare me, Charlie. So we're going to come get your guns. You know, I don't like the color of your hair, so we're going to come get your guns. You know, I just.
Well, I don't. The only thing I would see that might pertain to that is if you were. How do I want to put this? There's no way to put it, but if you were diagnosed mentally,
I think if you had a
unstable,
true
Mental.
psychiatric evaluation and they found you to be diagnosed with some kind of clinical reason that you could not operate a firearm because you had some kind of, hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, or
Sort of like
something
Kim.
of that nature that would endanger society or yourself to be
Mushrooms.
operating a firearm. That's different than,
Right.
just saying, oh, well, they're a little weird, so they shouldn't be able to have one.
Well, no,
Completely different.
I'm sure that there are instances where people shouldn't have access to guns. But even, Kim, I saw a post that you did, because I do read some of your posts, where you actually said that even felons should be able to possess guns as long as the violation, and
not violent or
technically in the state of Ohio, felons can possess guns as long as it's not a drug crime or a violent crime. And it's the same thing at the federal level. So if someone really wanted, if they had a felony and they wanted to possess a gun, in Ohio, you could, but you have to petition the court. They have to prove it.
on a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
Not violent, and you finished your probation and paid your fines. And
Well, yeah, you can't have a
petitioned the
gun in
court,
jail.
You should be able to.
I think so. I think so.
Get your
I really
right
do.
to own a firearm.
I
back.
do. I really do.
And you said something about voting, and I agree that people, well, of course, in Ohio, felons can vote as long as they're not in prison at the time. In
Right.
California, you can
But
probably vote from
I know
prison.
that people, I'm seeing that's where an argument comes because they're criminals, so they lose their rights, I guess. But I don't know. How do you
Actually,
I think
technically,
that's how I feel
you
about
become
that.
property of the state
Yes.
the minute you are in prison.
I know.
So,
And
so
it's-
you
I
don't
just-
have any rights.
I think
But you
that,
should, though. Some.
I think that once you're out and once you've completed your probation and whatnot, paid your fines and whatever, just because you've done something wrong in the past doesn't mean that you shouldn't
That's the
have
whole
a second
idea of
chance
rehabilitation,
at life.
isn't it?
I mean,
It doesn't work if you.
You are not a bad person just because you've done something wrong. You know
I
what
agree with
mean?
that.
Yeah.
That shouldn't just write you off for the rest of your
That's
life.
right. Because don't you have
You know what I
because
mean?
don't you have the same rights then, even once you're released, to be protected, to protect your
And
home, to
If you're
that kind
just
of.
put
I would
into
think
that
so.
category,
I would think so
What's
as
to
well.
stop you from
Some of your
just
old friends may come look for you.
repeating the
Not
same
anymore.
behaviors?
Oh, I
I've
know.
said enough
They're out on the
examples.
farm in the ground.
I've said enough examples now. I think people know that I am not one to trifle with anymore.
Charlie, you're sitting next to her.
She's fine. I don't hear
Press the
much
button.
to disagree with.
Press the
or-
button on her shock collar
or
there.
play devil's advocate with. I mean, most of this is. I'm reading the comments too. When is Rick doing his Jello match?
We never did do that.
No,
but
Sean-
at the same time, who was it that I was supposed to wrestle?
Sean Poole said he thinks it should be Rick
Some
and
psycho
Kim
who
should
thinks
have
they're a
Jello
doctor.
match. First he said a hello match.
Hello, Matt.
Then he changed it to a Jello match.
Who was it that used to Dawn? Wasn't it Dawn that used to watch the show? And
Oh yeah.
she challenged me to
yeah,
the Jello match.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
First we talked about mud wrestling, but but Jello, I said as long as it was like strawberry or cherry.
Seems like all Jello should be like lime when they do
Lime?
that, isn't it? Like the green.
Oh no, I thought Stripes it was like red one. Or was that Mud? That was Mud and Stripes, the movie Stripes.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, there's a great mud
That's a great
wrestling
movie.
scene with John Candy and all these women. It's funny. Stripes is great. If you haven't seen Stripes in a while, I highly encourage you to watch that again. Daryl Andrew Heater says Boogeyman versus the Heat Wave.
There you go.
Yeah, we want to see that.
Got no problem with that.
The Boogeyman, that's Dave Hurst,
That's
though?
Dave Hurst.
Heat Wave, you don't want any part of that. You just trust me, Heat Wave. You don't want any part of that.
We want to remind everybody that you're listening to WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. We're live over the air and also on YouTube and on the WZAA LPFM.
You keep cutting
Keep
out.
cutting out. But anyway, the website and also on Facebook Live. Hey, Facebook.
So Joe Biden, he hadn't done that too many gaffes this week, has he?
I think he's still in the basement. They didn't let him out this week.
How are all these polls putting him ahead of Trump?
Well,
Do you- I think it's
the
been
same
pocketed.
polls that Hillary had, I don't know.
I would like to know, does
Is it
anybody...
Gallup? Gallup used to be the only one that was even dependable.
Well, I mean, Pew does polls,
I think
Gallup
someone
does
just
polls,
makes this up and
Rasmussen does polls.
publishes.
Yeah.
But I think that polls
totally
are no
think you're right.
longer relevant simply because,
Of Hillary.
first of all, these.
Or they
Phones.
just poll the 5 people that are going to give them the answer they want.
Well, the problem here is,
You know what
what
I
do they
mean?
say?
Me
They
too.
say that in the general population, 25% of the people out there are D's, and 20% are R's, and the rest are I's. And the bottom line is when they do these polls, they go out and they get 40% D's, and then they get 10% R's, and then they get the rest eyes, and they think they're going to come up with a reasonable poll. You know, if you're going to poll, over poll in certain, you know, categories, you're going to get the wrong answers. But you know, they got to do something. I mean, let's look at the latest, you know, in Virginia, they elected a completely Republican city council, I think in Virginia Beach or one of the Virginia cities, after being red for how many years? Because they're fed up with the D's.
Blue.
And blue, yeah. And so they're now red. And then we had that since I think it was '98. They were blue in California. I hear some motorcycles.
Yep.
But anyway,
Rumble.
It's flipped to red in California, and so
Wouldn't that be whack if California went red?
well, anything's possible.
But I mean,
And then of course in Wisconsin we had the big win for the
think about it. If you went
Republicans.
and polled like one of
I'm going
these
to check on our.
Black Lives Matter protest, what answer do you think you're going to get? Joe Biden or Trump?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Probably overwhelming Joe Biden.
I would say probably more Joe
probably.
Biden, but I tell you, I think Trump's done more for him.
I'm not saying he hasn't, but I'm saying you're probably going to get more Joe Biden answers.
I think so.
But I
40%.
mean, if you are going to go ask small business owners who they're probably going to want, they're probably going to say more Trump people because they want the economy to come back. You know what I mean? You think about who you're polling
Right.
and what answer you're going to get. But also you think about what's going on right now in our country. Who are these people that are thinking to themselves, wow, Joe Biden is really going to save our country. Let's put him into office.
I don't
Who
think
is
it's gonna be
realistically
the-
thinking this to themselves?
I
I
do
don't
not.
think
Who
he's
is
gonna
thinking
be
I
a
don't know if
candidate.
Who
anybody-
the heck is thinking that? Please tell me who is realistically thinking that
I couldn't-
and honestly believes that.
He seems very
Heat
weak
wave.
to me.
Heat
You know what I
wave.
mean? I don't even have to say, but if you had to have him or
Like,
Trump,
I
would
don't
choose
even
Trump. There's
think
just, you know what I mean?
there's
Wouldn't you?
a-
Well, you're a Trumpy anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't even think there's a single Democrat who honestly believes that. Like,
I'm going to tell you,
they might say, like, go Joe Biden because they have to, but I don't think they believe it.
Joe Biden's best pick. I'm still going to say this, and you guys are still going to laugh at me. Go ahead, get the laugh track right. That's what we need, Rick. We need applause tracks and laugh tracks.
We do. David Hiles just says if voting changed anything, they'd make it illegal.
Kamala Harris, I'm telling you.
Well, it's now her. She's the only option because Klobuchar
Minnesota, that doesn't look too good up there.
prosecute on the Floyd case, the officer in the Floyd case.
Yeah.
So she is now out of the running.
I think Kamala Harris would be the best pick for him, to be honest, because
She
you're
was
voting.
once an
Basically,
option, now she's not.
well, you're basically voting for her against Trump.
Yeah.
So I mean, you talk about two different choices. Yeah, and really, if the Democrats were smart, that's probably what they do. They just drop Biden completely, put Kamala Harris in there for president, and then put
I mean, it could still
Michelle
go to
Obama
convention at this point. So
as vice president or something.
I think that would be a good choice as well.
it could totally still go to a
Or
convention.
is it Michelle or is it Michael?
Michelle. Why? Because people make.
No. I tell you what.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I really don't.
the word is, and Sydney, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Michelle Obama is not a woman.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
really. I know
And
they
I
made
tell you,
jokes.
this-
I don't know if there's any like
No, what-
actual
and I'm gonna tell you
proof
the-
whether or not she
the
is
dead-
a man.
The dead giveaway, or the biggest amount of evidence I could see about this, when Barack Obama originally ran for president, for some reason they were talking to Joan Rivers because she knew him. And Joan Rivers, they asked Joan, well, what about Michelle? Oh, you mean Michael?
I've seen a lot of
Michael.
quote unquote conspiracy trail evidence that shows the transformation of man to woman.
Well, and there's pictures like of
pictures
Obama in college with
transferring
Michael.
from man to woman.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seriously.
wow.
I don't know, and I don't know if there's
I
any
mean, I
truth
can't
to that.
confirm any of this. Obviously, I didn't know.
I mean, they
No,
got
but-
two kids, but they could have
So-
been adopted.
Adopted.
Yeah, and they have no pictures of her when she was pregnant. None.
Well, and also, remember when she was on
Which,
Ellen doing the dance and you could see her package or something? You
Which is
remember that?
strange because you would think at some point you'd have a picture of you pregnant, and she's been pregnant twice.
I would think. And especially with as high of notoriety that her husband
like,
had to be coming through the ranks.
Some picture of that somewhere.
Somewhere, I would agree.
Or at least like by your mom, your
What do you think,
grandma would
Rick?
keep something like that.
Is
like,
it Michelle Obama or Michael Obama? It's Mike.
And like, how
what
do you
Rick
have that
says.
big of a package? Like the groin area is like, and he's always wearing these like
You'll have to
tight
do some
dresses.
I'm going
where
to.
It's like sticking
I'm
out.
already going to.
And like the bulge is real, man. I'm like, it's interesting.
Kim will do some investigating reporting.
We will get back to you.
You
on
know that
this.
I would. Yes.
Because this is all new to Kim.
Yes.
And I hesitate to even bring it up because I don't know that I believe it. But
when
that's
she
what
was on Ellen.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
All right. Are you serious?
But
Like I
also,
said, it's a kind of conspiracy thing. We don't have any hard facts on this, but
look at
it
the
is.
Joan Rivers interviews.
I will.
too,
It is,
yep. Kathy Flegel
I
Walker,
will.
how you doing? Long time no see. Charles Jacobs, how you doing, buddy?
Kimmy's out there.
Kimmy Polly, how you doing? Yeah, it's supposed to be hot today, guys. Make sure you watch out. We could have a heat wave warning today. Heat wave warning today because I think it's supposed to be mid-90s today.
Oh Jesus! Well, I'll be in the studio all day, like every other day.
And maybe a little rain sometime tonight, but hopefully that's going to wait till like 10 o'clock. Last thing I saw on my AccuWeather was 10 o'clock, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, we've kind of beat some politics up here. Anything else political you want to talk about? I don't know. Baseball, it's not starting yet. I wonder if we're going to have baseball season. Think we're going to have it?
He thinks it's in July.
Well, I know July they're talking about it, but the players turned down one thing. It was like they wanted a 90-game season or something along that lines, or 110, then it was 45-game season. Now I hear it's like a 75-game season that's being proposed. So,
I know they want money, so the only way they're going to get some is if they play some games.
Right.
That's what I know. That's the only way I'd be paying them.
Sean Poole would
You
like
get
to
out
know.
there and play some games, I ain't giving you any money.
Sean Poole wants to know, so does this mean that Obama liked sword fighting?
Oh,
I wouldn't doubt that.
Sword fighting. Get it? Yeah. That's
Sharp
funny.
cheddar.
I like that.
I was going to say something. What was I going to tell you? Oh, did y'all hear about the little girl that was shot in Louisville? The police shot her like 8 times. She was a black girl. She was 26, I think. Breonna Taylor.
That's been
Yes.
a while ago. hasn't it?
May 30th.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
that
it?
was a while ago.
Yeah.
She was an EMT.
Yes. And they raided her house for what they call a no-knock warrant. They could
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
I saw
come right
that.
on in, and they shot her, I believe, 8 times.
What was
And,
that over?
Supposedly drugs coming out of the house, but they found 0 drugs there. And
They had a no-knock warrant, but they came to the wrong house.
Oh.
So they did
Somebody
have a
gonna get
warrant to
sued
come
there.
into the home and arrest who was there.
And the boyfriend-
But they came to the wrong home.
And the boyfriend inside started firing on the police because he didn't
Because
even
he didn't know it was the police
Yes, so
because
they
they had a
ac-
no-knock warrant
Yes,
to
and they
come
actually
in.
dismissed that charge against him.
We got
Actually.
some people commenting here. Todd Walker said there wouldn't be any pregnancy pics because the devil spawns their young.
Wild Bill's with us in the heat
Uh-oh.
wave.
William Haynes, Natalie Rhodes, Natalie. We got to have Natalie come on. Natalie sells everything. She sells Tupperware. She sells Avon. And she also sells, girls, pure romance.
I don't know why you're giving me that look. Like,
Well, that would be part of pure
Adult novelties.
romance.
I was like,
Adult novelties.
yeah, I don't need any of that.
True. But Natalie's a nice girl. Plus, she's my friend. There you go. All right. Let's see. Music venues are still only allowed half capacity and are hurting all of us out here. Tell me about it. Dakota Hargrave, what's going on? How you doing? You still are you still down in the Army? I don't know where Dakota's at now. He was down, I think, at Fort Knox, or Garden of Gold for a while. I hear somebody out there. Who's out there?
I actually had seen something earlier that said, shut up.
Oh
Bye.
my gosh. That's so we are a law abiding club.
That
very
had
much.
said protests were allowed to have more than 100 people, but regular gatherings,
Right.
no more than
Get
12.
outta here with
So,
that.
No, wait a minute. Weddings can have 300.
well,
This is so
isn't that
dumb.
only if they're outdoors? So what we could do is have, like,
There he is.
for example, barbecues and call them protests. Like, you bring the burgers and the charcoal and a topic to argue about, and we can have as many people as we want. We'll just
Yes.
argue the entire
Just
time.
argue the entire
Bring
time.
some buns, you bring some patties, and we'll argue in the
then we'll
backyard.
argue, and
We'll
then
just
we'll
bring like
make it a-
hundreds of people, but then we can't disband it
Aren't
because
some
it's
weddings
a protest.
protests anyways
We're
at some
protesting
point?
here in my yard.
That's right.
We've got
Leave us
beer,
alone.
we got patties. We're arguing. This is a
arguing.
protest.
Yeah. Let's
I mean, this
protest.
is a protest.
All right. So yeah, we have some get your motor running. Head out on the highway. We got some bikers here in the studio.
What are we writing?
Oh, God, I'm gonna make it
All right,
happen.
I'll lose my seat so you can have your bike
Here.
yourself.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
gonna have.
right.
You move out of
Well,
the
you
way.
can scoot down. We can put seats
put
behind
right
us.
here.
No, because there's not going to be room.
They
for
don't
all
smell
of them.
bad, do they?
No,
I don't
it's all
think so.
good.
I think they all.
But
take
They
it
look
off
pretty
today.
clean.
I'm-
They look
I'm
pretty
gonna-
clean
Except
cut.
that one like, shady
All right.
looking guy over there. He doesn't look too.
All right.
Dave Hurst scares
I'm
me
going
though.
to sign off now. So, Charlie,
You're
take
out.
it away.
You're gonna come back,
sure.
or
Maybe,
I
we'll
can
see.
leave.
No.
They're
it's-
bikers. They're bikers.
You're all good.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Yeah,
get to
you
my
can't leave.
I'll get
All
to
right.
my marketing. I'll go share the show.
We'll go. Hey, there you go. I've
on
been sharing it a little bit.
106.9 LPFM, Jeffersonville, Ohio.
Yeah, who's going to share a microphone?
I hand him off.
Here we go.
You want me to move over here this ways?
Well, we got to keep you on the picture here too.
Oh, yeah,
So-
there's a lot of me to keep on there now.
Who's coming on? We got 2 seats. You can pull up another seat. You can pull up another seat. Oh, they're getting how
The
come-
essentials.
Now I like this. This is the 3rd week I've been here. Rick hadn't offered me crap. As soon as these bikers walk in, hey, you guys want a cup of coffee? You guys want a cup of coffee?
Oh, afraid of him.
Listen to you. So we have the Sawmen. I better write that down so I don't forget.
Salmon Union.
The Sawmen Union. And
They're going to be joining us here live in just.
Dave Hurst
Boogeyman.
is a treasurer.
Yes.
That's scary.
That's Truffle and Berserk. The president.
Jacob Metz is on here. How you doing,
Hi,
Jacob Metz?
Metzy. How are you? Long time no see. Heat Wave. Do you mean the wrestler? There's the fella, is Andrew Heater. Daryl Andrew Heater. And
He's the
a
Heat
wrestler,
Wave.
and he goes by Heat Wave.
Well, we have bikers in the house, but I don't know. I took a shower this morning, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I did.
Well, I
Yeah, I did.
I
I
put a
did.
lot of perfume on, you know.
What is that?
This one's Can Can by Paris Hilton.
Can by Paris Hilton.
Can Can.
Yeah, another one too I
It's
like.
called Love.
Love perfume. All right. All right.
They say it's an aphrodisiac, but what do I know?
Well, I tell you one thing about bikers, guys. Everybody's got to be careful, and you got to watch out because I tell you what, when selling life insurance and just doing the car shows, I can't believe how many people have quit riding motorcycles now because of everybody texting.
Nobody pays attention.
Yeah, no one pays attention.
I mean,
at all.
that's why, and it's true. People get on because they're so loud, but loud pipes really do save lives. You know what I mean? You hear this, the light, don't see them. You know what I mean? You have the light as bright as day, and they still don't see you.
And
They're not looking. They're distracted.
And the bikers, I think, have to be very much more defensive in their driving.
You got to watch out for everybody.
Where you want to sit at? Come
Where
on,
you
man.
guys
Right
wanna
here.
sit?
Right here. You want me to sit beside you? Yeah, come on, brother. We'll put Dave Hurst over here. There we go. Yeah, that's all right.
Me and Dave will.
Dave and Kim can share
Yeah,
a mic.
put
There
Mr.
we go.
President in the middle.
Yeah, we need the president in the middle. Plus,
Guy Durham, there's a long time no see.
I want to be a buffer here in case we get an argument between
You gonna be the bouncer, Charlie?
like I'm gonna bounce chairs. Yeah. I'm just gonna give you maybe 2 seconds so you can run. There we go.
Come over here, a little closer. Come a little
Facebook
closer, baby.
is not wide enough for Dave Hurst. I'm just, yeah, you're on YouTube. Dave Hurst, if you hear a voice from the outside, that's Dave Hurst. You could maybe, no, maybe not. Okay, all right. So we have the Sawmen Union here. Guys, you got to talk into the mic. Yeah, well, we could if people. Can you guys hear us okay on Facebook Live?
Out there, anybody hear us?
Maybe back it up just a hair, not a lot. I don't know if we can get it that far back. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, but Dave is right there. You know what? We need to put like funny things behind him on the green screen right now.
When he wants to talk, he'll have to lean into
There
it.
you go. Just
Yeah.
lean in.
I mean, it's like I get close to her, then you'll get mad at me.
No,
No,
you're all right.
he won't get mad.
You get too close, she'll let you know.
Y'all brothers in arms.
Jesus will reach out.
I think that would be awesome. Well, all right. Well, let's talk here a little bit about Sawman. I'm going to shut up. We have the president, Jared, right beside me. Or how are we supposed to approach you? Are you President Berserk, or are you Jared, or what are you?
Berserk.
You call me what you want to call me, Charlie.
My bodyguard. There we go. I want this guy as my bodyguard right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. I want. There you go. Push on that left one. There you go. Then it should turn green. There you go. All right.
We got it now.
So I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it over. I want you to introduce everybody and tell us why and what's going on with your club.
Well, I'm Berserk, I'm the president. This is Truffle on my right. He's the VP. And you got Boogeyman. He's the treasurer. Yep. Dave Hurst. We are an MC. We're a riding club that gets together. Not a riding club. We are an MC. But we're a club. We get together as much as we can. We don't want, we don't want to put off that persona that we're bad people. But like you said down there, generations. Very intimidating.
You are. Yeah, that's what I said. You call me what you want. I'm going to call you my bodyguard. I want him on my side. That's all I got to say.
No, Charlie. No.
What do you mean, no? Yeah, I do want you on my side. Don't give me that no crap.
No.
I'm a pretty big guy. And look at this guy beside me in
Well,
the,
you
in the
don't feel
picture.
pretty safe sitting next to me?
I don't feel not safe
Watch
sitting
how
next to
you
you.
answer that, Charlie.
I said I don't feel not safe. There we go. I feel a lot safer sitting next to him, I'll be honest. And we get Dave Hurst in here, too. By the way, Dave Hurst, you've been challenged to a wrestling match already this morning.
Yes, you have. Are you interested in doing some wrestling?
With the heat
wave.
With heat wave and Jello.
I think we can make that happen.
We would do that. We should do that. We should definitely do that. Heat Wave's all about it. He said Heat Wave versus Boogeyman. He was already about it.
I'll do it.
Oh, how about that Heat Wave? We've got a challenge.
I'll be the corner man. I'll be the trainer. And
There you go.
Truffle's going to be the trainer for me. He's going to be my
I bet
corner.
Heat Wave would try. I would see that. Are you still watching with his Heat Wave? What do you got to say about that?
I already told Heat Wave he didn't want any part of Dave Hurst. I already told him. So, okay, we digress. I'm going to put the mic back down so I don't interrupt. But tell us about the club more. I mean, I know you're a writing club, but you're just getting started. Are you looking for members?
Yeah, we are just getting started. We have our club basically generated out of Washington. It's a, how you want to put this? It's an honor club, I guess, for the old Everett motorcycle club. Guys coming back from the war, had nowhere to go. All these fraternal orders of, the Eagles and, the VFWs and all that, turn guys like that away. Believe it or not, it happened. So they started their own thing, and, our founder, did some research and dug into it and found out that, about this club, and, he just spun it off of that. We aren't the Sons of Anarchy. Nor will ever
absolutely not.
Nor will we ever be.
And that's a lot of people's misconceptions.
That is true.
They see leather on a biker, they immediately have the misconception that we are all what you see on TV, and we could not be further from that. We're all family loving men. We all have our own families, but we all have this big, extended family in the Solomon. And, with the crap that they do on those TV shows like that. I mean, granted, I love watching it. I'll be the first one to admit it. Completely fictional. Completely fictional. So don't ever be afraid to, walk up to one of us and just strike up a conversation, because we're just those guys. We'll talk to you about anything and everything you want to know.
Bikers get a lot of stereotypes. Remember, we visited some friends in the hospital, and as we walked into the hospital, you guys, you've got any guns, you've got any knives, any weapons, like to a hospital, like because we were wearing some leather.
Yeah, we scared that security guy.
Yeah,
just by
for real, and I
walking
think
in.
that's.
I mean, his eyes were big, and he was scared.
It was absolutely, and we were coming to visit someone in the hospital. Like, why would we? You know what I mean? Just.
Dave Hurst, I don't know how you could intimidate anybody. No offense. I mean, yeah, you're a big guy, but you're always nice. I mean, you're always
nice guy.
smiling and happy. But now, Dave, I got to ask two things of you real quick. Okay, notice how they have their hats on. You need a hat like that.
You do.
And when's this gonna happen? When's the beard?
I'm working on the upper half. I don't do much on the bottom half. It doesn't grow very well.
That didn't
Is
sound
he
very
talking
good.
about the top of his head, or?
I think he's talking about, probably.
I'm listening to you. I can't hear.
Maybe that's the look you ought to go with, the Kojak look. Just shave that melon.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shave
Who
that
loves
melon.
you, baby?
Who loves you, baby?
Get you the lollipop. Get you the big long stash. Like, what's that guy? What's that guy all the women like? That's the TV guy. Older guy.
Magnum PI?
Sam.
Oh, Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be when I get older.
Sam Elliott.
I don't know if I could grow a
Sam
mustache.
Elliott will
like
outlive
that.
us all.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
I thought
legend.
Chuck Norris would, but
I don't know. There's something to be said for those silver foxes.
I still have hair, so
I
I'm happy
feel
about
that
that.
was a shot there.
Incoming
Shot
salvo.
off the bow.
That literally
Target
was just-
acquired.
So let's say I want to be a member of this club. How would one go about that?
Well, you can hit us up on Facebook, Salmon MC Brothers of Eden, or you can find the Salmon MC Facebook or Google it.
What if, are there any requirements?
Yeah, there are. You have to own a motorcycle. You have to have a valid driver's license. You have to have insurance. We are a law-abiding club. And if you don't have that, you ain't here.
Well, those are pretty basic. I mean, yeah, if you're going to be in a motorcycle club, yeah, you better have a motorcycle.
You would think so.
You would
wouldn't
think
you?
so, but it seems to be a problem.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Because I think a lot of people think it's Sons of Anarchy too that look into it. You know what I mean?
They automatically, when they buy a motorcycle, they're going to join a club and go out and knock people off their bikes and, sell
Shoot
drugs
out. Yeah.
and all that. We ain't about that.
see, I look at it more as a charities.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to start getting into some charities. We want to get into helping around, donating food and money to these food pantries and,
In lines. They start giving it away at 1 o'clock. And they didn't give, they were there until 8:30 giving away food. I mean, but there was like, for the 1 o'clock start, there's probably 200-300 cars in line already. Wow. Yeah, and every Friday they do this. And I mean, and that's what I'm telling you. I think charities definitely need to do something. I think you almost need to look at veterans. I think also when you're looking at charities, you need to think of a cause that you guys really want to get behind. And not saying the food's not one of them, but man, it could even be helping individual families out.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all part of the plan.
Yeah.
We ain't going to focus on one. We've brought it up several times at our meetings of things that we want to do, where we're going to go with it, and how we're going to approach it. And we're not going to dump all of our eggs into one basket.
Sean Poole, you ought to talk to these guys about joining your club because I tell you, Sean's got, and excuse my motorcycle ignorance, one of those really long bikes. What do you call those? Is it a chopper? Yeah. I mean, it's a cool bike. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure.
And he just commented too. Sean Poole says, I've seen a few clubs that were more gangs than clubs here in Ohio, and that's why I've never joined any.
Yeah.
That's what he just commented. And I can get that, but that's definitely not what we are.
But see, when people come and approach me, as it's been brought to my attention at Generations Pizza, I'm too abrasive.
You're not abrasive.
I'm abrasive, and I admit it. That's why I always let Truffle do the talking, because he's more down to earth. He's got more of a
Diplomacy.
yeah.
He's our PR guy.
Yeah, he's our PR guy, because I tell you what, if that problem with the food pantries, and they would have come to me and said, we need this more because we had 300 cars in line, I'd tell them go pound salt.
Yeah.
You know, Truffle would be
And
more
I'd
of a
sit there and talk it out with them, or I'd have to sit there and talk it
right.
out with them.
I just tell them go pound salt, because I'm not going to give you, when you're giving out that much food, because you know you got people pulling up with $6,000 rings on their fingers and still going
Pulling
through a
up
food
in,
line.
you
You're doing it
Audis
just to
and
get rid of the food.
BMWs and,
Give it to the right people, not the wrong.
Well, but it's a church, so they can't really decipher that because that's a dual mission.
That is
you know.
true. That is
They're-
correct.
they're
It's a
trying to
very double-edged sword when you get into it about who to give to and who not to give to.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fall on that sword real quickly.
Well, and I'm going to tell you another, and this is a sad story. We used to do that with the Sabina Park car show. We would give money to the local, the Christmas basket thing, because it was a one-time deal, and that was kind of cool.
Right.
But then it got to the point where people were just, what they didn't like out of their Christmas basket stuff, they're like throwing out. And they found a whole bunch of food that was given to these people on the side of the road several times. Or people will lie. They'll go in there and say, well, how many you got for Christmas coming? And, they might only have 4 or 5 people, but they'll say, well, we got 12 coming, It just, it's just so.
Abuse the system.
Yeah.
You find that in any system across the board, I think. Taking advantage of it.
And I'm not saying that to be a butt. I'm just.
No, it's the truth.
And that's why we have Dave Boogeyman down there, so nobody can abuse our system.
Yeah.
And
You have to go through me first.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And if you make it through him, you're going to find me standing there behind you.
Well, and the whole club, I'm sure, votes on stuff like that.
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
Absolutely.
Right.
We do.
There's no one answer. We all come to a
We come to an agreement, or it don't happen.
Right.
That's right.
Are you guys kind of like the Quakers? And that's the way Quakers are. Everybody's got to agree before they go on. Like it's
Well,
not.
yeah, I mean,
It's not majority.
it's
It's
kinda-
everybody's got to agree.
Everybody's got to agree, unless I say it's going to be like this, and then that's just how it goes.
I knew that was coming.
We've got,
I did too.
And they're
we've got
right
some
there.
troll out here named Jeff Friend.
There, some Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hi, Jeff.
Michael Will.
Hey, brother.
Michael Wilhite says, "Great
And
work,
Shane
guys."
Duffield, that's my buddy in Kentucky that I was telling you about. Hi,
Piggyback.
Shane. Talk to
Shane,
these
get a
people.
hold of me.
What's up, Piggyback?
Where's
Piggyback.
Piggyback at?
He just commented.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Who's that? Wilhite?
Yep.
Well, hi. All right.
Is that the guy who was
What's
with
up,
you
brother?
guys the other day?
What?
Is that the guy who was with you? Generations?
No, that was our prospect. Prospect Garrett.
Prospect.
Good kid.
A good kid.
Good
Oh,
kid,
yeah.
man. He's got a lot of potential.
Seems like my mic's awful hot or something every time I speak.
you
It's
get a little
starting.
ring every now and
Yeah, I've got it way down here too. I don't know. I don't know. He's over there playing on his phone, and he's all right. That's what Dave Hurst said. I just said I'm squealing every once in a while. We had a nice wedding we did for Dave Hurst's son here a couple weeks ago. Had a real nice wedding for Christopher Hurst. Now he's
He's our road captain.
he's in your club also.
But he will be.
Oh, he's not. Oh, I
will
take
be.
that back.
He
Oh,
will be.
Okay.
He's in your club.
My bad.
But now, is it true he drives a moped?
Big moped.
Yeah.
It's a big.
We're going to pass the mic to Dave.
Well, he
Let
did.
him in.
When he pulled up on his mom's little scooter,
Oh yeah.
me and Truffle both about died.
I mean, he's the size of me, and he comes up on that scooter. You know,
Dude, there
it's
ain't no
it's a
way
Bowman
he's the
650.
size.
It is a good sized little scooter, but the proportion it was so way off.
And he comes up there like that to meet this new prospect, you know. And I'm like, I looked at Truffle. Truffle looked at me, and we're both just looked at each other, dumbfounded, like, what?
What's he
I mean,
riding?
he rendered us speechless.
And that's unusual.
funny.
I mean, I'm expecting this kid to pull in on these. I wasn't actually even expecting him to come. And then here he come, and I'm like, where's his bike?
Well, unfortunately, that time the bike was buried up in the
Buried.
garage because
Yeah,
the
that's
weather
what
was
he
bad.
said.
So instead of us, by the time we would fought the bike out of the garage, everybody probably would have been gone by then.
So what's he have?
It's actually my Aspicade Goldwing that he rides.
Is that the one you were showing me?
No, that's actually Dave's.
Yeah.
He's
you got
got one
three
almost just
motorcycles?
like it.
I have 7
There's
total.
7 in his
You have
garage.
7 motorcycles? You don't have any three-wheelers, do you?
No. But there's conversion kits for them.
Yeah.
See, I haven't looked into how much those are. I have to look into this. I'm thinking about maybe.
I think so.
I'm
You
thinking
really
about maybe
should.
joining your
Yeah.
crew just because I want the protection. I like.
Oh, it is a family too, though. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
there's
family oriented.
He's
you know,
like,
you know.
what's he got to be scared about?
We will protect
Oh,
our family.
Yeah,
we
we
all-
will protect our family.
Absolutely.
There's no standing down.
We all have our haters.
Oh, yeah.
We all.
Unfortunately.
You?
Oh yeah.
Surely not.
Yes.
I couldn't think of one.
Oh, I can.
Rick's sitting right there. You
Rick's
got to
great.
talk about
He's
it.
over there.
Rick's Kim's hater, not my hater. Yeah, no, I've.
No, he's her instigator. It's totally different.
Yeah, that's true. He is her instigator. There are several times I almost crashed my truck driving down the road, laughing because I can hear Rick over there talking to her, getting her going, and just watching her face just cringe.
Pushing
Like
the
she wanted
buttons.
to jump over this table and just pound him in the dirt.
You know, though, I think. I think we're getting her switched over to the dark side a little bit. I think she's coming. I think she's coming to the good side.
Look, she's a woman. She's leading you down that road to believe that, and then she's going to stomp on you.
She's going to take a hard right turn.
That's right.
That's what we want. That hard right turn.
And
Right
there
now
again,
she's turning left.
just like Sydney said, welcome to my life.
Oh goodness.
Dun, dun.
Feel the love. I feel the love in the air.
That's
So
the
let's
first time
talk
you've done
about this problem we seem to be having in Sabina. Actually, it's all over, but I want to address this in Sabina
And that's what I would tell you.
specifically.
it.
There is
which problem? I'm waiting to hear this.
wow, I know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There is a problem. I mean, it is a code in town. You are not allowed to blow your grass clippings out on the road. Okay, and it's all over. Everybody in town is doing it, and the cops are doing absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah.
And it's aggravating me
And
very.
there's more bikes
I
rolling
mean,
through Sabina than there is
There's
cars.
yeah, and there's so many bikes running up through there, and my neighbor 2 doors down literally will blow it out on the road, and when you say something to him, he just looks at you and gives you the finger. And then my neighbors on either side of me like to blow it right in my driveway. When I got bikes pulling it, they blow it right in my driveway. And
They've blown it on our bikes before.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, they got one more time to do that. Then they're gonna see where that abrasive personality comes out.
Exactly.
They'll find out how that road name came about.
Do you think? But I tell you what, let's give people a break here for a minute because let's just say this. Even though you guys all know it because you're bikers, and I know it too. I don't try to ever do that, you know. So, but maybe people just don't realize it, and tell them what not to do and why not to do it.
Well, here's the thing. I seen a post on that Sabina Talks about it, and people were I've seen actually several posts on there, and I've seen several people say things like, "I ride a bike, it don't bother me none."
Wait till you have to slam on your brakes.
Wait till you got to stop on that wet grass when it's sitting out there on the road.
Or take a turn.
Wait till you see one of these sport bikes go down through there who does not have a tread on their tires, like most cruiser bikes do.
Exactly.
Them guys on sport bikes, their tread is made for sport, just getting on it.
Hard and
That grass
fast.
becomes
Only
And
tread
that
they have
grass-
on the outer tire.
Yeah, I mean,
Like slippery.
it's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
ice, and they slip, and it'll take them out. And when that bike does that, and lands on top of this guy while he's out there on his zero-turn mower, he'll realize then what people were always complaining about.
Well, and I will say this to the mayor's benefit. He has put out posts on his personal page not to do that.
I think it's
So,
code in Sabina.
It
he's
is a code.
He's aware of it. But you're asking for the Sabina police to do something about it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't, because
They don't.
Basically you can do any kind of drugs you want in Sabina, but
Yeah, you
traffic
can.
traffic laws, usually they're right there ready to
Oh, yeah.
ready to, you're going 36 and a 35.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your license
That's the
plate's
great
light
one,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Or you were swerving.
Yeah,
hit
you're going
the-
left the center.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was trying to get away from the pothole I was about to run my car
yeah,
into.
yeah. They like
Or
fishing.
you don't have your seatbelt on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm on a bike. I don't have one.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. Phil Coolberth, is that what it says?
Yep. That's
Phil
the founder.
What's up, brothers?
That is the founder of this.
He can't
Where's
see.
he from?
He's out there in Washington.
Wow. Hey, how you doing?
I feel I'm way over here.
Well, I tell you what. Next time you guys come on, let's arrange it. Maybe he can call in and talk while we
Yeah.
do this show.
He can call in right now if he wants to.
Well,
Absolutely.
Have to call Rick.
Gotcha.
So, but let's organize it. That way we're just not.
Yeah.
on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun, because we definitely want you guys to come back. So to keep your grass clippings off the road, and I saw a guy the other day who had grass clippings on the road, but he was out there with his
That's
blower,
Clean it up.
blowing them back.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
And I tell you something
seconds
else
to
that's a
just blow it
major
over.
problem is when, and me and Kimmy had this problem coming up from,
Is your club like country
all.
music?
I jammed to country music all the way from courthouse here.
Sean Poole's he's a singer.
Absolutely.
Sean
I
Poole,
love
you'll
all
need to
kinds of
come
country
get in
music.
touch with Jared here. He's on Facebook, or Comrade Kim. Kim can find Jared pretty
call
quick.
me Kim.
So that's why we all wore red today.
I know. I felt like
And we all wore red
I
today.
saw you three sitting up here. I'm like, wow, should I go change my shirt?
You got red on.
I mean, and then I saw Rick come over here and sit down next to you, and I'm like, or next to her, and I'm like, well, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who runs the show is wearing a green shirt, so I'm good, man. I don't need,
Yep.
Who's this? Is this a Michael Wilhite?
Yeah.
Well, yep,
Piggyback
that's
is that
piggyback.
it?
Yep, that's
He
piggyback.
says, let me know the next charity ride you guys have, and I'll bring my guys.
Right on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Piggyback.
So where's Michael
Thanks, brother.
from?
He's down in Indiana.
Indiana. Yep.
Wow. So now you guys, when you do your rides, I know you ride for charity. Was everybody just pays a little bit of a fee, or do you just
Yeah.
Yep.
do you do, or are they always poker runs, or
No,
No.
there'll be a benefit run, and you pay the fee to
maybe
to
we
ride
do
in, and
a joint poker run with cars and bikes sometime,
No,
like in the
yeah.
fall. There's St. Louis.
Okay. Well, he says it pisses. Well, I can't say that, can we? He says I
It
pulled
makes
over.
me
It
mad.
makes him really mad when people blow the grass in, and he says I pulled over and just about got into it with people because of it. We have to. He'll lay on the
Yeah.
horn, and they don't realize, and you just put your hands up like, what are you doing? And then they
then
don't
they
get
put
it.
their hand up with
Yeah,
one
like
finger.
they don't even know. And I would think the sad part is a lot of people who ride actually do that. And that's what I was going to say. That's a word we can say on the air. I do believe is don't be a grass hole.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest thing with motorcycles, and I said this before they came up here, we got to pay attention to them. I mean,
Stay off the phone.
one thing I've learned in my time,
Amen.
I don't ever try to drive fast. Last speeding ticket I got was like in 1999, 2000. So it's been 20 years.
County's going to be sitting out here today waiting on you. They're going to get you first.
I'm taking that wrong. Well, they could in my hearse because I don't have a speedometer. 89, 90 actually. I'm 10 years off when I got my last ticket.
Oh, my Lord.
So
Phil Bruin, the founder, Trikes Hall more beer.
There you go. Right on, brother.
see, there you go. So I'd
There
have
you
a
go.
purpose.
There you
I would
go.
have a purpose.
You would have a purpose.
You guys need to wait. You can't wait until you see Tom Babs. If you guys come to Generations again when he brings that 60.
Yeah, we'll be back out there
That,
again.
that Harley Oh my gosh, that thing's cool. I mean,
Is
it's
that the
just
old
neat.
boy that has them pan heads and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. He bought that.
Yeah,
He seemed
that'll.
like a character.
He bought that Barracuda too.
Did he buy that cuda?
Yeah, he bought
Did
it.
I wondered if he did.
He bought a Barracuda.
I
Yeah.
mean, I really don't care about it, but his bike's now we're talking.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he said that key word, panhead, shovelhead, and that just made me go.
I'm not gonna say what's going through my head right now. We're just gonna go on.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
I just made the gesture. Your same thing went through mine. So
Dirty birds.
He thought it. You kind of said it.
Dirty birds.
Okay,
that cup,
I like that.
Ain't
I
that
do like
bad?
that cup. Yeah, that is neat. Who made that for you?
AJ Conger made that for me.
That's pretty neat.
Ain't
I
that
like
bad?
that. That is neat. It's got Berserk with the flames on it. I like it. I like it. Well, now, I've told these guys once, all right, now, if you guys like doing cruise-ins, I tell you, Tuesday night, it's crazy. Down Blanchester.
We're coming tonight.
Are you? Good. You won't believe it. I mean, you've been there
She
before.
didn't
Yeah,
ask
it's
me.
a full house.
Yes, I did.
They'll have
She just told me.
60 to 100 cars, or sometimes over 100.
It's the woman per. You know how women are. Hey, by the way,
Hey, you're going tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going tonight.
Dave, you've been down there before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
yeah, I brought that poor little 450 Honda I had.
Yeah.
I have something a little prettier now.
Yeah, you got that big old hearse.
I got that too. It needs love. It needs love though. I ain't driving it much more. It needs a little TLC. It's getting kind of rough.
Well, it was rough when you bought it, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why you didn't give too much for it, which
Exactly
is good.
correct. Well, yeah.
So
It needs mechanical issues to be dealt with first.
it's all right. That's all right. And I have no money right now because of the wonderful pandemic. But if I get any money ahead, I might be interested in your gold wing that you have for sale.
Okay. Well,
Maybe.
we'll work on that.
Somebody said that you'd let it go cheap.
I just like to get it out of my garage.
My protector over here said my bodyguard said you'd probably let it go reasonable. So
Oh,
Jimmy?
yeah.
you, you.
Hey, I'm getting to the point now.
I
need
figure if I
space
got
in my
you, I
garage.
got Kim also.
Yeah.
What's that?
I need space in my garage.
Well, good. Maybe it'll be cheaper than what he said.
Because there's the Gold Wing, there's a Suzuki 750, there's the Honda 450, which needs a little love, but it'd be a good beginner's bike. I'm not sure if I'm gonna let that one go though, because that'd be a good one to train Christy, which is Christopher's
Yeah.
new bride.
New bride.
Now, help me out here.
Okay.
Like, if I would do this, now I got to buy this trike kit, right?
Yeah.
Or just you called it training wheels, which I didn't really like
No,
that.
it's training wheels.
But that's what he called it.
Hey,
Wait
if the shoe fits.
Yeah. I mean, we ain't gonna laugh at you.
Do you leave the third wheel in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave it in.
So it's
there.
actually a four-wheeler.
technically, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
get
If
training
you got
wheels.
three,
But
you
how-
got three in line in the back.
So, but you got saddlebags on that thing, right? So this have to come off, right?
Should
Not
not-
well, not normally.
Not
They'll
normally. No?
fit in between
the saddlebag and the fender.
the
So you have to buy
the
new
tires will
fenders.
fit on the outside
No.
of the saddlebags.
Do what now?
You have to buy new fenders.
No.
Probably you'd
No,
have
it
to.
should come with a kit.
Yeah.
Oh, it should come with it. So what does a kit like that cost?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Depends
He
on the
priced
bike. They might not even make it for you.
Do they make
for
it for
bike.
that bike?
I don't know. We'll have to look into it.
Do some
I know they do make
investigation.
Goldwing trike kits, but I don't know if they go back that far.
How old yours?
That's
Should.
gonna take
They
that
should,
away.
right? They
I
absolutely
think-
should.
I
But
believe it's either a 96 or a 98.
96 or
Can you
98?
fabricate something like
Or,
that?
Oh yeah.
You know?
oh,
You could.
absolutely, you can fab up anything you want to.
Well, I was gonna say, Truffle's 2-year-old's about ready to go on the 2 wheels. You could probably take hers off hers. Put on there.
Dun, dun.
Just because you're my bodyguard, I'm gonna let that slide. So I'm gonna let it slide. All right, but I need some numbers because you guys, you ought to be like.
I'll
this
dig 'em
guy's-
up for you.
This guy's actually interested.
I'll dig them up
Then
for
you're
you. I'll
telling
get
me
you
I'm
some
gonna work.
numbers.
Then you're telling me I'm gonna have 2-year-old training wheels.
No.
Well, it happens.
What the heck? Four.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
I
no.
feel like I'm the only Democrat on the screen. Are you?
No, I'm a Republican. Oh,
Oh, like I have to be the only
Yeah.
one here. Yeah, David Hiles.
Dave Hiles is a nut.
I would love to get him on here.
He's not a libertarian or a Democrat
So
or
it'd be great
Republican.
to bring him in.
Dave Hiles is a nut. Dude, I'd have to have him. There's some days I can't even walk straight. I mean, and it's not because of drinking or anything like that, because I haven't had a beer in 4 or 5 years. But I'm just saying, I lose my balance sometimes.
Well,
'cause
the
you
bike
get
will
old.
balance itself
Yeah.
vertically.
Yeah,
No, I need 3 wheels.
I'll try.
I'm just saying.
And plus you don't
Segue
have to,
here.
you know
No.
what I mean?
That could potentially be an option.
No, I don't want. You know, the guy that created Segways, right? You know how he died on a Segway. No, it's true. The guy died on a Segway. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he died on a
I didn't
Segway.
know that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so now you want me to kill myself on a Segway. I need 3 wheels.
All right.
That's what I'm telling you.
Stop
I need
judging me.
3 wheels.
Gotcha.
You need
A mini
I've
dress.
heard him just
dress for the slide, not for the ride.
A mini dress.
I've worn a dress on the back. I've worn flip flops. Not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, you should wear
Oh,
boots,
you know, I
shouldn't you?
bet it would have been, looking great,
The
but
protective footwear.
What about if you're
functionality,
riding a
not so
trike?
much.
I'd still wear some kind of hard shoe, like
Yeah.
a tennis shoe or.
Trust me, I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, your tennis shoes would be all right.
Tennis shoes are all right on a trike.
Yeah, but you're not gonna want to. You want to look cool. You need harder boots.
Yeah. You need to get some leather on your feet.
I'm not a big boot guy, but I could do
You
that.
learn. We'll
I
learn.
could do
Yeah.
that.
Takes one time to come off that bike and you learn real quick. The
Well,
thicker
that's
the-
why
I love boots now.
That's why I want to try
Be your first word.
because I don't want to come off that bike.
Nice. Beer can,
Okay.
brother.
Beer
What's
can?
up, brother?
Yep.
So what's your name again? You're the
Boogeyman.
the boogeyman. That's right, because of the haunt.
Yep.
We were talking earlier just about. Remember when we went out and did a live show from not before the haunt, but in the haunt that
Yeah,
year?
yeah,
That was
inside.
funnier than heck.
Oh, yeah.
Phil,
We ought to do that again. That was
MC was
funny.
born in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Washington. That would be the Pacific, as about as Pacific Northwest as you can get. Washington. So how many, just if you don't know this, that's fine. How many clubs or how many members are there nationwide? Just approximately.
The new numbers, I don't know. Phil, hit us up on that. What is the exact number of members we got right now? I know we.
Or Charlie, are you asking just clubs in general, not just our club?
No, your club. Just your club.
Okay.
Just your club, yeah. Yep.
I don't know. Last time I saw on the chat, we gained a bunch of more members and another.
Yeah. When this started, I think I can't remember what the heck number he told me I was. I think it was in the single digits when I was there.
Wow.
When I started.
Yep.
And now it's
Tripled or more
it's
by now.
Yeah, we're up there.
So there's 100 or two, maybe. a
Not
couple
not
hundred.
quite two.
All I know is if I don't pay attention to the WhatsApp, by the end of the day, there's over 100 messages on there, and just trying to keep up with everybody chatting. It's so many of them.
Phil said more than one, less than 1,000.
Josh Faulkner is thinking about getting a night rod, or should I wait and buy a street?
She will.
You know what? I do. Honestly, you're gonna laugh at me, but I want like a little Honda Rebel. I want like a 250, really small. Something.
3 wheels?
No.
And there, right there, is your crotch rocket. Right there. That's what she wants. That's what she
I don't want the
likes.
crotch rocket. I want that lightweight and the little motor. So it's been 20 years since I've rode a bike on my own, probably.
Why would you want to ride? We can just ride with
I'd
him.
rather ride with
Yeah.
him. But it'd be fun to go ride with him. Like, you'll get some ice cream together, go do something,
Well,
ride with
that's the kind of
everybody.
conversation me and Ange had when we had our little ride. That's the first time she's ever been on me with that bike. So she's like, this is nice. Just sit back and relax and just. I mean, we have headsets so we can talk to each other.
Well,
We don't have
see,
to-
that's where you get that elbow knocker off the bike. That way she doesn't
Get on a little
used
more.
to that real
Yeah.
quick. You know what I mean?
Well, the funny part is she had a hold of my vest most of the time, had her hands in my pocket, in the upper part of my vest. So if I go or she goes, I'm right on back going off with her, and that's going to be a mess.
What's Guy Durham say here? I just put on 14-inch handlebars on mine last year. Made a huge difference. Guy, don't you have a 3-wheeler also? I think he does.
Guy, I tell you, I got 14s on my Geezer Glide. I got a classic, and I got 14s on there, and I regret them. I really wished I would have went a minimum of 16-inch.
Guy is a geezer.
I'm a
though.
16 to an 18-inch guy. I can't do them. Them 14s are too small.
It's your spread. Gentle. Yeah. Gentle. I saw
Okay.
the twinkle in the eye.
You made truffle blush on that one, Kimberly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Guy, you have a three-wheeler? You didn't have
I
to.
know. I had the
Everybody
mic
just
and you-
looked at you.
This is a family program.
There's some about handlebars, folks.
You
Some
are
about handlebars.
dismissed.
Okay. I've owned. What's this?
She, not so much.
What's this say? Let's see. I gotta put my glasses on. I've owned a Hayabusa.
Hayabusa.
That's the first time I've ever seen that word. For a year, never owned a Harley. I guess I need to go on some test rides. Want to get something for me and the wife to cruise on. Yeah. Now, one thing Sean Poole said earlier, his bike's not a Harley, but that doesn't make any difference. You don't care as long as it's a bike.
No, because I have a Yamaha.
Yeah, Yamaha.
And then Big Red's got a Gold Wing, a Honda. So, yeah.
Gold
absolutely.
Gold Wings, welcome. It's not an exclusive Harley club.
Good morning, J.D. Creamer.
Mr. Kramer, what's up, brother?
Hello.
I'm stinking. These guys are complaining.
What do you mean? We're not complaining.
Shut up. I'm trying to get my shower done.
Oh.
Man, riding next to him down 41 was like mosquito fogger. Toxic sludge or something.
That was all what was needed, Truffle.
He is. So is there green mist coming from behind the bike?
Hey,
Is that what
Rick.
you're saying?
Is there?
I thought it was
you
the
guys have
exhaust.
pause buttons for this because somebody's about to get murdered up there.
Get rid of the
Yeah,
evidence.
no filming.
Well, we want to get a bike night going on up around here too.
Wilmington, baby. Generations. Sean Poole, you need to bring your bike to Generations one night.
Yeah, here, or I want to get out toward Courthouse too.
Yeah.
I would like to get something going on out there.
I tell you what, I'm going to tell you where I would like for you guys to do once we get it going, and it's a little bit farther than Courthouse, would be Mount Sterling. But I do a little cruising up there that needs some help. We ought to make it
Yeah,
just a bike night.
Yeah.
It's up at it's a really cool little restaurant called the Dairy Freeze.
Yeah.
It's neat.
Exactly where it's at.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got the curved roof in the back, and
we were there, weren't we?
they're not open yet. But I tell you what, that'd be more perfect for bikes because you could put probably 100 bikes underneath that roof. Where cars, you're only going to put maybe 15 or 20. You know what I'm
Creamer
saying?
is just giving you a hard time.
Who is?
JD.
I'll be there after work. Yeah, right.
He works.
Same
He
old
works.
song and same
He
old
works.
song
He
and
works.
dance.
It's his old lady's one that made this.
Yeah. Well, she did something at least.
Huh?
She
Yeah,
did
I know,
something at
right?
least.
She finished my cup. I can't even get him to finish my shower now.
Dang.
Giving the old boy a hard time.
I can't say honey.
That's all right. He needs it. I like him too.
I do, yeah, he needs it.
It's a custom bike, so I'm sunk down in the seat more from a stock bike. It was built to fit me, but I do get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you have is it a three-wheeler or a two-wheeler? I thought it was a three-wheeler. Guy Durham. He's not answering. Hopefully you guys are liking the bike talk today. Again, just some keys when you're out riding and you're out in your cars. Keep an eye on bikes. They're so hard to see, especially if you got that phone out. We're all tempted. We're all tempted. I don't care who you are to text or do something.
Yes.
Everybody's tempted to do it. Just don't do it.
Please don't.
Set your cruise on a normal speed. Go down the road, and keep your eye out for the motorcycles. Did he say that? Yeah, it is a trike. Yeah, yours is quicker than mine. Mine just come up. It is a trike. That's what I thought. Don't blow your grass clippings on the mow. Oh my God, on the road.
Because they don't want dead grass in their yard because they think it might look bad. But the grass clippings are green. The grass is green in their yard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My grandma used to rake it after she mowed the grass. She'd rake it up, put it in piles, and go take it and burn it next day.
Yeah. Well, common sense kind of evades people really bad.
It really does. You would think.
I've even watched the city of Wilmington blew clippings out into the road.
We watched me and Kimmy come down. What was that? Polk.
Yes.
Polk Road. The whole entire way. What is that? 72 we came off of.
Yeah.
All the way from 72 all the way into Sabina. Grass blown out all the way down that road.
Well, I wonder if that's is that the county? The
that
county
is
doing the road?
county doing the road.
No, it's probably the township.
The township.
Okay, the township.
Right.
Yeah,
Township goes out there.
My dad always never ran the big highways. Township runs the side roads. That's county.
Natalie Road says the grass is good for your yard.
Yeah, it's actually it mulches itself into it and refertilizes itself.
I tell you the whole thing about the grass, and here's something to really make you.
No, we're talking
your
about
mind.
real grass here.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
What other kind of grass is there?
What?
Inquiring minds want to know.
I just threw it out there as a joke.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Maybe you can fill us in on that, Kimmy.
This got real awkward.
No,
real fast.
the grass being blown out there like that, and people texting. Here's something to think about. Somebody blowing grass out onto the road. Somebody's texting, driving down the road. You're behind them, and they look up and see the grass getting blown, and it freaks them out, and they slam on their brakes.
Yep.
Now you've got 2 reasons why you shouldn't do that. I mean, it's just not good to do.
Well, and
One, it makes your street look crap.
It does.
You
It
want your
looks
yard to
trashy.
look good,
It
but
does.
then you're going to blow the grass out in the road, and it makes the whole front of your house look like crap anyhow.
Yeah.
So, one, why would you want to do that?
Right. Exactly.
And 2, they've got mulching blades,
Yeah.
mulching mowers,
Right.
bags.
Yeah, for a reason.
Okay, if you've got the money to go buy one of those 0 turns, you've got the money to put a bag on your
Yeah. It's
true.
on your mower.
Exactly. You put the
So,
proper blades on it.
I mean, if you want to, if you want to buy that mower, spend the extra $50 and get the kit to go with it.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, one mower I bought last year, since we're kind of going into mowing here a little bit, I bought one of those, you get them at Home Depot, the green brand. What do they
Yard
call it?
machine.
No. It's
John Deere.
no, it's light green. I'll think about it here in a minute. But electric, it's battery.
Yeah.
Battery operated.
Right.
And I got 2 batteries for it, and I can get about an hour's worth of push mowing with this thing. It's got the headlights. I tell you what, it's quiet. I love it.
Traditional MC, which means we wear a 3-piece patch. 3 pieces being our top rocker, our center patch, and our bottom rocker. Our top rocker, obviously, it says Salmon. That's our club. That's who we are. The bottom rocker says Union, meaning we are a union of brotherhood. Our MC cube obviously denotes that we are an MC. Stands for Motorcycle Club. Our center patch, it's got a saw blade, obviously, because we are the sawmen. And if you look, it's not the same. Each tooth is completely different. This was hand-drawn, hand-done. And the reason it was done this way is because every blade on this, or every tooth on this blade represents the fact that it takes all kinds to make up our club. Every brother is different. Just like every blade, every tooth on this saw blade is different. Our center skull here represents all the fallen brothers that have gone before us. This is our fallen sawman. And the chain going through the skull represents the past, present, and future of this club, binding all brothers together for the same goals, the same commitments that we have to this club and to each other. So, like I said, I've told Bruin this, and he likes to use it when talking with the club. Yeah, we may wear the same patch, but it takes all kinds of different threads woven into that patch to make up the patch. Same thing with the saw blade. We're all different, but together we make the sawman. So,
I've got a question.
absolutely.
I know the MC means motorcycle club, but like in other motorcycle groups, are there other designations?
Absolutely.
So what maybe explain those to what
Well,
what
you've
those
got,
are.
MC, obviously, motorcycle club, but then you also have your, and when I say lesser clubs, it's just not as much commitment involved, I guess.
Yeah.
You've got SCs, social clubs. They will wear patches, just like ours, but it'll say SC, and it's just a social club. And what it is, that's, like if the members of the Eagles, want to put together, not Eagle Riders, that's something totally different. But, just the guys that hang out at the Eagles or whatever, they want to put a patch on because they, they're in a lodge lodge and whatever, then they're a social club. You also have RCs, which are riding clubs. Riding clubs have the same structures as MCs. Like I said, not as much commitment. Riding clubs normally let females be full patch members as well, where we, as a traditional MC, do not. We do have our significant others and some select, females out there that support us are blades that go along. We're Salmon. They're our blades. We got Kimber over here, who is Berserk's blade. So
Let me cut you off right there.
Yeah.
Phil said this to me the other day. Without the blade, there is no saw.
absolutely, everybody, he's right on that.
Is Kim the blade or is she the blade sharpener?
She's going to stretch my hat out if you
Are we
keep
back to
talking.
sword fighting again?
Oh boy.
Like jumping
Sorry,
tissue
you
on
keep
a sword.
going. My fault. Keep going.
And then you have, outside of those, you have like motorcyclist associations and stuff like that who basically they don't really have meetings, they don't really have dues, they don't really have anything like that. They don't really have any kind of structure. They'll just get together and, they'll do charities and stuff like that. They'll throw stuff, but that's the only time you'll ever see them together. So
You got LEs.
yeah,
LEs.
LE, law enforcement MCs. Their patches will look very similar to ours as far as like the setup goes, except for opposite the MC patch, it'll say LE and it'll designate them as a law enforcement motorcycle club, which normally means that nobody except for either past or present law enforcement is permitted to be members of that club. They also have FD MCs, fire department motorcycle clubs, same thing. Here within the last few years, though, LEs, FDs, stuff like that have become more lax in their membership. So outsiders, as far as non-LE, non-FD, have been permitted in those clubs and stuff like that. But like I said, and they operate very much like a traditional MC as well. So they have their meetings, they have their officers and officers within the club. Let's put it that way. And they hold their charity events, their runs, their stuff too. So like I said, when it comes down to it, the MC community as a whole, and when I say MC community, that blankets all of the riding clubs, the MCs, the LEs, the FDs, all of them. It blankets them all. It's all about coming together and giving back to the communities in which you live in. Support where you live. Support your communities, like we were talking about earlier. There's obviously, with everything going on in the world now, everybody could use some kind of help somewhere. There's not. If you talk to somebody and they say that they can't find a charity to donate to or put in time with, they're full of crap. I mean,
yeah.
Amen. They are full of crap.
It's loaded out there for them right
So, and like I said,
Everybody
for
needs
us,
help right
it's-
now.
For us, it's about obviously we want to get on a national scale some that donate to some charities that reach out nationally across the board. But for us, we're trying to support locally here, our community here, because there is a lot that needs help here, and we are on the front lines of that, so to speak. We are there to help our community, our brothers and sisters within the community. Just because they may not wear our patch doesn't mean we're going to shun them for whatever reason. They still are our neighbors. They're our friends. They're our family. And if they need a helping hand, we're going to be there to give that helping hand. So
Right on.
Yep, sounds good. Now, so there's no LWs though.
Lightweights?
Lone wolves.
Oh, yeah. You got lone wolves. but
well,
those are the-
yeah, matter of
Those are
fact,
the guys that, ride solo. Don't want no club life. Don't
Right.
want to be a part of that.
But we'll actually go out and buy patches that say Lone Wolf and have a big wolf head and all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
They don't want to wear a patch with the club, but they'll wear a Lone Wolf patch. It doesn't make any sense to me,
Right.
but for them it does. So
Well, with your guys' deal, I mean, is there like a requirement you got to do so many things a month, or just however you want to do it?
Yeah, there is. First off, you will prospect. To us, our prospects are not prospects per se. You want to tell them what they are?
our prospects are brothers in training.
That's right.
That's exactly how we see it.
We don't haze. We don't do nothing like that. If you prospected and I said, hey, Charlie, let's go out and, these guys all as pigs, we're going to go out and get the cigarette butts and crap picked up out of the yard. I'm going to go with you.
Okay.
Okay. Or Truffle's going to go with you. Or Dave's going to go out with you.
But you're not going to like tie me down and make me look like Dave Hurst or anything.
No.
I mean, if that's what you're into.
I mean, if you're into that, you're at the wrong club.
We
There's
can
one
facilitate in some.
Didn't we just start this show off talking about this today?
I'm teasing. I just wanted to make sure Dave was still awake over there. That's all. I'll try to get as close as I can.
Me take it a little.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Guy Durham, you got a nice ride.
Guy Durham, when you get ready to buy a new one, just send me that one, all right? I need one. I need a trike.
Turn your phone sideways a little bit. Not like that, the other way. Like angle it one way or another. You're crooked. There you go. Yes.
Mavis Purley's watching. Mike Fife, David Hiles. I'm not saying anything. Yeah, right. That'll be the first time in your life you didn't say
That'd be
anything.
the first time. That's exactly right.
But yeah, Guy Durham, like I said, when you get done with that one, you can just send that one to me when you buy a new one.
Yeah,
all right?
I'm ready waiting for you there.
He's got Guy Durham's got a 19, I'm going to say this wrong, a 38 Cadillac LaSalle hearse. He was at my car show, remember, Dave, a couple of years ago?
The 38
Cadillac LaSalle hearse.
I mean, I don't.
It's got
do
the
hearse,
carved
but-
sides, you know. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. And that bike doesn't look like it's real big off the ground, does
That's
it?
my bike.
That's your bike?
That's my bike with
What's the trike?
with the wheels on it.
With the
Trike
trike.
kit.
The trike kit.
Trike kit.
Okay. Do all bikes come as two-wheelers? Now, some come as three-wheelers.
Yeah,
you can buy
they call them tri-glides.
Yep.
tri-glides.
Tri-glides.
Okay.
Or the new freewheelers.
I
Yeah,
tried
the
looking
three-wheelers.
some up the other day on like the Facebook marketplace. Man, they were all like 10, 12 grand. They were like really expensive.
Yeah.
I found one for $6 the other day.
$6 grand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still
I
high.
was looking for a bike for you, man.
That's still high for a poor boy like me right at the moment.
Well, yeah.
The Corona has coroned me. It's bent me over and said,
Yeah. Sandpaper, no Vaseline.
oh my God, it's bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. It's bad.
Dude, you just do that.
It's bad.
Oh, trouble.
Explain the difference between prospect and patch over.
Prospecting is you come in, hang around. We accept you into the club. Then you wear the bottom rocker for a period of time. Then we vote you in. A patch over is when you have another club, and they already have an established members, and they just patch over. They come from one club and
Basically, they trade one
they
patch
trade
for
one
another,
patch for another.
and we don't do that.
We don't do patch overs.
No.
You know,
Patching in. I think that's where you wanted to go with that, or a patched brother.
now somebody asked it on
Is-
Facebook. I didn't
was
even
gonna say,
understand
yeah.
it.
I was just say patch overs we do not do at all. But the difference between a prospect and a patched member, obviously, is the three of us were patched members, and like I said, we've got a prospect getting ready to bring another
Right.
one on board. And the difference between us and them, really, truthfully, the only thing that's different is we have a vote. Our prospects have a say, but, you know, we want to listen to everybody that wears our patch, whether it's just a bottom rocker, whether it's a full patch. We want to listen to everybody's ideas,
Sure.
everybody's thoughts. But at the end of the day, the only people who get to actually vote on anything are the full patch brothers.
Right.
That's really the only difference between a prospect and a patch member for us,
Now-
anyway.
Prospects. So how does this work? Because I know some clubs are different than others, not in motorcycle world, but just in the real world. That's cool.
But that kid's like $1,600
$1,600 for that kit. He's showing me a picture of a kit
for a gold wing.
for a gold wing. Okay.
The one he's got.
Let's see. Where was I going?
He lost you at motorcycle.
Prospects.
Prospects. Oh yeah. When you prospect, do you go out to search for prospects, or do
No,
they have to come to
us.
you?
They come to us.
They come to us.
We will not advertise like that.
Well, some clubs are different. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, not
Yeah,
necessarily
no.
motorcycle. I'm just talking about just generic.
Oh, trust me, I've
Yeah,
seen, you
we've
know,
seen that. We've seen MCs out there and
They'll-
setting up
they'll set up-
booths and
they'll
you
set
know.
up booths at anywhere and everywhere and literally recruit anybody off the street. That's not what we're
That's
about.
not what we're about.
Absolutely not.
No,
Sandy Sharp is watching. Now, there would be a good ride for
we
you guys.
want
You see
we
Sandy's
want
on?
quality, not quantity. That's that we don't want a billion guys out there.
Now, if I go to the expense of buying all this stuff,
You gonna let me in?
yeah, exactly.
We'll have to vote on it later, man. I mean, that's about the best I could tell you, Charlie.
You're killing me. Killing me.
Well, you're already a hang around, I think.
Yep.
I'm a hanger around.
Already you're a
All
hang
right,
around.
all
So,
right.
yeah.
He's working his way up.
Welcome
I
to the dark
never even
side.
considered riding a motorcycle in my life until last Tuesday. So
They're fun.
5 minutes and we're done? Really? See, that's one thing I was thinking last 10 minutes is we need to put a clock in here.
Yeah.
We need it. Huh? Yeah, but see, like on this, if I had the Facebook Live up, I don't see a clock. And there's no clock over there. It'd be just nice to have a clock. Yeah, big clock. Yeah. Well, and studio clock would be great where we can see it.
That'd be a good idea. Well, then
Yeah.
I'll take these two boys here, and the three of us will get out of here.
Well-
Give you guys your time, but
Or
look us up,
We
people.
appreciate you coming.
SalmonMC.com. Find us on Google, or you can find us on Facebook
And-
or on Instagram.
and you can come see them tonight. Some of them are going to be down at
Chubby's
Pizza if if the rain holds off till I think it's supposed to hold off till after 10. But also, you guys are going to come out the 27th, right?
Yeah, we'll
To the park?
Sabina.
We're definitely gonna
Sabina
be
Yep.
car show.
Yep.
And set up for that. I mean, like I'm doing $5 for veterans, $10 for non-veterans, and the money we're going to raise. It just we're going to pay all the bills, and then we're going to give money to the banners in Sabina, which
Right
is
on.
pretty nice.
That's
It's-
pretty great.
Those
Yes,
are
they
gonna,
are.
Yeah.
Those
We
are
were
going to
just
be
having a
nice.
conversation about that the other day.
That's a good charity. I tell you another good charity too, and I tried to start this once, but then again, people screw it up for you. And you almost got to do it without people knowing, but like donating to funerals.
Right.
That's another big deal, really.
That's
yeah.
a big expense.
Well, and my wife and I tried to do it once. I tell you what, the first time we did it for a friend of mine, and we just got burnt. I mean, not so much giving the money, that wasn't a problem, but the people that were his heirs, they kept wanting us to do other things.
Yeah.
More, and it's like, we're just
On
here.
that note,
Yeah.
Well, we were just there to help them. I don't know why that's done. You doing that? You're doing that, not me. All right, here I thought was me.
It must be interference.
But anyhow, yeah, I say that's the only thing. Don't mess it up. So many. It's like this cop in Minnesota. He just messed up the entire United States. Well, his one decision, putting the knee on that guy's neck, has messed up the entire United States because one bad apple don't make the bunch. People gotta
No, but
realize
one bad
that.
apple
is
can
true.
spoil the whole barrel.
Yep,
On
that's
that
true.
note, we are out because I ain't getting political.
See you guys
I don't
later.
need.
Thanks
I don't
for
need
coming
Rick.
in.
I don't need Rick starting to torment me like he does her.
Goodbye, guys. Thanks for coming in.
I bet Rick would be on your side. If he's not, I bet he would be real quick. Have a good one. My friend Torque come on sometime. He may have tried to come down here. He may have got lost. You know, the dude's from Kuwait. You know, so yeah, he may have got lost.
You wouldn't even know this was back here if you didn't know.
Well, I give him the address, and I
Yeah.
told him landmarks to look out for. That's why I drove my hearse today, so he could figure out where we're at.
Yeah.
But that didn't work. Dave Hurst,
Bye, Boogeyman.
let me know what would work out there.
Yeah.
Like I said, probably won't happen